All right. So, hi everyone. A very good evening to all of you, and welcome to the final revision marathon for the tomorrow's IE and IFS exam. Right. So, please give me a thumbs up if you can see me properly and can hear me properly. Then I'll quickly start the session, and this will be a, my dear friends, quick fire round in which we are going to cover approximately 500 questions from all the modules. The questions from module A and C will be taken up by me, and module B and D will be taken up by Prakash sir right after me. So it will be a uh, approximately 3 hours around class, and this will be very beneficial for everyone who are going to write tomorrow's IE and IEFS examination. All right, so please give me a thumbs up, then we'll quickly start the class. चलिए जल्दी से बताइए so that we can start the class, my dear friends. All right. आई होप माई डियर फ्रेंड्स यू आर ऑल सेट फॉर टुमारोज एग्जामिनेशन. अभी के लिए आपको कुछ नहीं करना है, जस्ट वॉच दिस सेशन, जस्ट हैव अ फाइनल क्विक रिवीजन बिफोर टुमारोज एग्जामिनेशन. और कल जो भी है आपको एक ही बार में क्लियर करना है. डोंट थिंक दैट आपको बहुत लंबा इसको खींचना है, क्योंकि जैब में 3-4 अटेम्प्ट होते हैं तो लोग सोचते हैं कि ठीक है इस बार नहीं हुआ तो अगली बार हो जाएगा. डोंट थिंक लाइक दैट, एक बार में करके खत्म करते हैं. चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं दोस्तों विद द वेरी फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम मॉड्यूल ए. First we'll cover module A and then we'll move ahead to the module C, and of course it is going to be a quick fire round, so the speed will be good enough so that you guys will be able to get a lot of questions in short interval of time. Question number 1: what was the immediate trigger for the 1991 economic crisis in India? High agriculture subsidies? No. Depletion of foreign exchange reserve? Yes, this was the immediate trigger because we only had the 3 weeks of foreign reserve. Collapse of global oil prices, this was one of the reason but not the immediate. Overproduction in manufacturing? Of course not. The right answer is option B. Which international institution influenced India to undertake structural reforms in 1991? IMF and World Bank. These two institutions put certain conditions, and of course the condition was to open up the economy. What was one of the key objectives of economic reforms in 1991? The key objective was to stabilize the economy. The right answer is option C, not implementing the food subsidy, not promoting government monopolies, and not increasing the public sector dominance. The right answer is option C. What was a major policy change in the industrial sector under the 1991 reforms? Major policy change बताना है industrial sector में. Industrial sector में जो major policy change था दोस्तों, that was the abolition of the industrial licensing system, except for a few industries like defense, equipments, space. उसको छोड़ के बाकी सबको abolish कर दिया गया था. Which sector saw enhanced autonomy as part of the liberalization? As part of the liberalization, the commercial banking. The commercial banking out of all these options: postal service, commercial banking, judicial, agriculture. Commercial banking saw the enhanced autonomy as recommended by the Narasimhan Committee. As recommended by the Narasimhan Committee. What did the IMF require India to do under its extended fund facility in 1991? Under its extended fund facility in 1991, IMF required India to devalue its rupee, जो कि बहुत ज्यादा ओवर वैल्यू हो रखी थी. What change did the 1991 reforms make regarding FDI? Regarding FDI, 1991 reforms ने क्या क्या चेंज किया? FDI was banned in core industries? No. FDI approval was completely centralized? No. There was certain government route and automatic approval. Automatic approval for 51% equity in 34 industries. बिल्कुल सही. The right answer is option C. What was a key criticism of the planned economy in India before 1991? Too much reliance on FDI? Of course not. Absence of regulation? No. Regulation था but efficient नहीं था. Lack of government involvement? Government in fact over involved थी. Bureaucratic delays and inefficiencies was one of the key criticisms of the planned economy in India before 1991. In 1991, how much gold did India pledge to secure loans? India pledged 67 tons to secure the loans. What led to a rise in fiscal deficit before the 1991 reforms? Before 1991 reforms, fiscal deficit क्यों बढ़ गया था? Increase exports? नहीं. Rise in non-development expenditure? Yes, this was one of the reason. Growth in manufacturing sector, decline in public investment? Of course not. The right answer is option B. Which reform was aimed at making India's exchange rate market driven? ठीक है, इंडिया का जो एक्सचेंज रेट था वो कैसा हो गया था? दैट वाज लिबरलाइज्ड एक्सचेंज रेट मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम. पहले हमारे पास फिक्स्ड एक्सचेंज रेट था, उसके बाद वी स्विच टू द liberalized exchange rate management system. Consider the following statements about the 1991 balance of payment crisis. The crisis was entirely due to the external factors such as Gulf War and collapse of the Soviet Union. That was not entirely due to this. These was one of the reasons. India had to place 67 tons of gold to raise emergency funds from international lenders. Yes, the crisis led to a reduction in bank rates to stimulate demand. No. In fact, the bank rates were increased. The bank rates were increased. Investors pulled out capital, leading to a shortage of short-term credit in the export sector. This is absolutely correct. The right answer will be option A. Regarding NEP 1991, consider the following statements. It allowed automatic approval of 74% equity, not 74%, 51% in 34 industries. It aimed to increase efficiency by reducing the role of public sector. Fiscal consolidation was one of the key objectives under this policy, and it eliminated all restrictions on import and completely abolished the custom duty. Custom duty was not completely abolished, it was reduced and rationalized. The right answer is option A. With reference to liberalization policy under the LPG model of 1991, consider the following statements. Industrial licensing was abolished for all the sectors, including hazardous and defense-related industries. ठीक है, no. Hazardous और defense-related industries के लिए तो licensing थी. Commercial banks were given the autonomy to determine interest rate, ending RBI's direct control. Yes. Restrictions under MRTP Act on large firms were lifted to encourage competitive practices. And investment limit for the small-scale industries were increased, in fact, not reduced. These were increased. So this is incorrect. The right answer is option B. Consider the following statements about the globalization component of LPG reforms. Tariffs and custom duties on exports and imports were significantly reduced to promote the global trade. Yes. A long-term export-import policy was introduced to create stability and encourage foreign trade. The FERA was replaced by FEMA to support capital account convertibility, and India adopted a dual exchange rate system under LERMS to align the global currency market. All of the above is the correct answer. Which of the following is a non-debt creating capital receipt? Loans from RBI, it is debt creating. Borrowings from foreign agency, of course it is a debt creating. Disinvestment proceeds from PSU, इसमें कोई debt create नहीं हो रहा सरकार के ऊपर, बल्कि उसकी जो assets हैं वो कम हो रहे हैं. ठीक है, the right answer is option C. Which of the following is an example of revenue expenditure? Revenue expenditure का आपको example बताना है जहाँ पे कोई asset या liability में कोई change नहीं आ रहा है. Investment in share, asset increase हो रहा है. Acquisition of new land, asset बढ़ रहा है. Salary paid to government employees, there is no increase in asset or there is no decrease in liability. Option C is the right answer because that is the revenue expenditure. Which function of fiscal policy focuses on reducing inequality in society? There are three functions of fiscal policy: allocation, stabilization, and distribution. Distribution function focuses on reducing the inequality in society. Which of the following formula is incorrect? Gross fiscal deficit is equal to total expenditure minus revenue receipts plus non-debt creating capital receipts. Correct. Revenue deficit is equal to revenue expenditure minus revenue receipt. Primary deficit is equal to fiscal deficit minus net interest liabilities. And effective revenue deficit is equal to revenue deficit minus grants for creation of assets. This is incorrect. The right answer is option D. Which of the following is not one of the consequences of deficit financing? Deficit financing increases the employment by increasing the money supply and thereby increasing the production. Of course, it leads to the economic development. Decrease in production is not one of the consequences. Which of the following statements are correct with respect to the recommendations of committee to review FRBM targets chaired by NK Singh? Fiscal deficit should be reduced to 3% of GDP by 2021. Revenue deficit should be decreased by 0.25% every year and reach to 0.8% by 22-23. Overall government debt to GDP ratio should be reduced to 60% up to 2022-23. और इसमें से 40% सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का और 20% स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का. The right answer is option B. Which of the following statement is correct with respect to the escape clause? It was inserted in the act through FRBM Amendment Act of 2018. As per the escape clause, deviations up to 0.5% of GDP from the stipulated fiscal deficit target may be allowed. Government of India invoked the escape clause in financial year 2020-21 budget. 2021 के budget में because of COVID. In budget 22-23, the finance minister announced that the government aims to reduce the fiscal deficit to below 4.5% of GDP by 2025-26. Option D is the right answer. The FRBM Amendment Act 2018 has provided for limiting the fiscal deficit up to 3% of GDP by 31st March 2021. The right answer is option C. Consider the following statements with respect to FRBM Act and identify the incorrect statements. The Act provided for reducing fiscal deficit by 0.3%. Incorrect बताना हमें 0.3% per annum and reach the levels of 3% fiscal deficit by 2008-9. Revenue deficit has to be reduced by 0.5% per annum and to eliminate revenue deficit by 2008-9. Government not to borrow from RBI except by ways and means advances to meet temporary excess of cash disbursement over cash receipts. The right answer is option B. Which of the following is not one of the objectives of FRBM Act? Efficient management of expenditure, revenue and debt, better coordination between fiscal and monetary policy, achieving a balanced budget. All are the objectives. All of them, my dear friends, are the objectives. Consider the following statements. PMJDY accounts are eligible for an overdraft facility of up to 10,000 after 6 months of satisfactory operation. Yes. Under PMJDY, free debit cards are provided with inbuilt accident insurance coverage of up to rupees 2 lakhs, not 1 lakh. Life cover under PMJDY is provided for eligible accounts open up to 31st January 2015, not 26th January. So this is also incorrect. The right answer is option B. Consider the following statements with respect to Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana. It provides accidental death and disability cover for people aged 18 to 70. Yes. The annual premium is 20 per member. Yes. Along with the accidental death cover, the scheme provides hospitalization expenses as well. No. It is not a medical insurance scheme. It is a life insurance scheme which provides accidental death cover of rupees 2 lakh. The right answer is option C. Consider the following statement with respect to Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana offers life insurance cover of 2 lakh, not 1 lakh. 2 lakh. The annual premium under JJBY is 436 and the scheme is administered not by PFRDA but LIC. This is incorrect. The right answer is option B, only 2. And in the previous question, PMSBY, I mistakenly said that PMSBY is a life insurance scheme. No, it is a accidental insurance scheme where hospitalization expenses are not provided, but the death cover is provided. Clear? Consider the following statements with respect to Atal Pension Yojana. It is open to all Indian citizens in the age group of 18 to 40 years. The pension amount ranges from 1,000 to 5,000 per month depending on contribution and age of joining. The scheme is administered by PFRDA, not LIC. This is incorrect. The right answer is option A. Consider the following statements with respect to Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. The account can be opened in the name of a girl child till she attains the age of 10 years and only one account per child is permitted. Yes. Deposits must be made for 15 years from the date of account opening. Not yes, 15 years and up to 21 years of age of girl child. And the interest earned is taxable under the Income Tax Act. No, both the deposit and the interest earned are exempted from the income tax. Okay, the right answer is option C, 3 only. Consider the following statements with respect to senior citizen savings scheme. Minimum deposit is 1,000 per annum, not 10,000, while maximum deposit is 30 lakh. The maturity of the scheme is 5 years, extendable by 3 more years. Deposits qualify for tax deduction under Section 80C of the Income Tax Act up to 1.5 lakh annually. Correct. The right answer is option C, 2 and 3 only. Consider the following statements with respect to National Savings Monthly Account Scheme. The maximum deposit allowed is 9 lakh for single account holder and 18 lakh for joint account holder. For joint account holder, it is 15 lakhs. Premature closure is allowed only after 1 year. An individual can operate multiple accounts subject to the maximum deposit limit. The right answer is incorrect. Batana, only 1. Consider the following statements with respect to Mahila Samman Savings Certificate Scheme. The account matures in 5 years from the date of opening. Not 5 years, 2 years. An interest of 7% per annum is offered. No, 7.5%. Right? Account holders can withdraw up to 40% of the balance after 1 year from the date of account opening. Correct. The right answer is only 3. Consider the following statements with respect to Bombay Plan and identify the correct statement. The plan was formulated in 1944 by the then 8 leading Indian industrialists. This is incorrect. It aimed to double the per capita income and national income of that period. The total cost of the plan was 10,000 crores, which were to be invested over the period of 15 years. The right answer is option A. The Indian Federation of Labour came up with an alternative plan to the Bombay Plan. The plan aimed to provide basic needs to all the people in the country within a period of 10 years. It was a 15,000 crore plan. Who drafted the plan? We are talking about People's Plan, and it was drafted by Mr. M.N. Roy. Which among the following plans has a fundamental feature of developing a decentralized self-sufficient agricultural society with emphasis on the development of the cottage industry? It was the Gandhian plan formulated by S.N. Agarwala, who was the chairperson of National Planning Committee established in 1938 to provide ways and means for the establishment of new industries and also for the development of existing ones. It was created by Subhash Chandra Bose and the first chairperson was Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru. Consider the following statements with respect to the first 5-year plan and identify the incorrect statements. It was based on P.C. Mahalanobis model? No. Harold Damore model. Harold Damore model. P.C. Mahalanobis model was the second 5-year plan. Okay. The target rate growth was 3.6%. No, it was 2.1%. The achieved growth was 3.6%. The duration was 51 to 56. The right answer is option D. During which of the following FYPs, India borrowed from IMF for the first time due to unforeseen circumstances, Indo-China War, Indo-Pak War, and continuous drought. It was the third 5-year plan when we borrowed for the very first time from IMF. Consider the following statements with respect to fifth FYP and identify the correct statements. This was the first plan when the government gave the slogan of Garibi Hatao. Yes. The emphasis was on PM 20-point program. Correct. The plan was terminated when Janata Party came to power in 1978. Bilkul sahi. Option A. Option D. All 1, 2 and 3. Consider the following statements with respect to 12th 5-year plan and identify the correct statement. The plan was based on the theme towards faster and more inclusive growth. No, the theme was towards faster inclusive growth, towards faster inclusive and sustainable growth. This theme was for the 11th 5-year plan. It was aimed at strengthening infrastructure projects and providing electricity supply in all villages. The duration of the plan was 2012 to 17. And NDC approved a growth rate of 8% for this plan. The right answer is option B. Which of the following plans had the theme of growth with social justice and equality? It was the 9th 5-year plan. Which of the following durations in the history of economic planning in India is considered as a period of plan holiday? That was 1966 to 69 when we introduced the annual plans. What type of inflation occurs when overall prices increase due to increase in the cost of wages and raw materials? जब cost of wages बढ़ जाएंगे, raw materials बढ़ जाएंगे, तो उससे क्या होगा? Cost price बढ़ेगा. Cost price नहीं, सबसे पहले प्रोडक्शन बढ़ेगी, प्रोडक्शन प्राइस बढ़ेगा, प्रोडक्शन प्राइस बढ़ेगा तो कॉस्ट प्राइस बढ़ जाएगी, कॉस्ट प्राइस बढ़ेगी, दैट मींस इट इज अ कॉस्ट पुश इन्फ्लेशन. Which of the following types of inflation is correctly described as too many dollars chasing too few goods? Too many dollars मतलब मार्केट में मनी सप्लाई ज्यादा है, मनी सप्लाई ज्यादा है, मनी सप्लाई ज्यादा है यानी कि डिमांड इंक्रीज हो जाएगी, डिमांड इंक्रीज होगी लेकिन सप्लाई कांस्टेंट है, तो सप्लाई कांस्टेंट है तो प्राइसेस बढ़ जाएंगे. सो इट इज अ डिमांड पुल इन्फ्लेशन. In the year 1991, Indian economy faced an acute shortage of foreign exchange. Which of the following was not one of the factors? ठीक है. Gulf War between the Gulf countries of Iraq and Kuwait pushed the oil prices up. Private remittances from Indians working abroad fell down. There were huge external debts on the country and fresh debts were denied. Yes. Fall in agriculture production leading to food imports. This was not one of the reasons. Which of the following is not one of the key features of liberalization policy adopted by Government of India in 1991 economic reforms? Liberalization, okay. Industrialization, technology upgradation, revamped fiscal and monetary policy, EXIM policy, revamped export-import policy, and revamped foreign trade policy. Autonomy to PSU was the part of privatization policy. What is the minimum investment threshold for an enterprise to be classified as a small enterprise? Micro, small, medium investment turnover 2.5, 25 करोड़, 125 करोड़, 10 करोड़, 100 करोड़, 500 करोड़. इस तरीके से याद रखेंगे. It is for asking for small enterprise. The right answer will be 25 crores. Consider the following statements with respect to credit guarantee scheme for MSEs and identify the incorrect statement. The maximum credit guarantee cover is 5 crores. It has been increased to 10 crores now. The annual guarantee fee ranges from 0.37 to 1.20. The scheme is being implemented through Credit Guarantee Fund Trust for Micro and Small Enterprises jointly set up by MO, MSME and SIDBI. The right answer is option B. Only one is incorrect. Which of the following activities are not included under the definition of NBFCs? Agriculture and industrial activities, it is not included. Buying and selling goods, excluding securities, providing services, dealing in sale, purchase or construction of immovable property. इनमें से कोई भी काम NBFC नहीं कर सकता. The right answer is option D, all 1, 2, 3 and 4. Which of the following statements is correct with respect to the net owned fund compliance for NBFCs? Net owned fund of at least 10 crore has to be maintained effectively from 1st October 2022, correct? New NBFCs must meet the 10 crore NOF requirement from the outset. Existing NBFCs must comply with 10 crore NOF threshold by 31st March 2027, not 26. So the right answer will be option C. Which of the following types of NBFCs must have minimum 75% of total assets deployed in infrastructure lending? That is infrastructure finance company. According to revised guidelines of PSL, the RBI has increased the loan limit under PSL for education from rupees 20 lakh to 25 lakhs per individual. 20 lakhs to 25 lakhs per individual. Which of the following arms of the World Bank is also known as soft lending arm of the World Bank? It is IDA, International Development Association, because it provides interest-free loans to the poorest countries of the world for their development. Of which of the following arms of World Bank India is not a member? India is a member of IDA, MIGA, IFC and IDA, not a member of ICSID, which is International Center for Settlement of Investment Disputes. Consider the following statements with respect to IMF and identify the correct statement. It was established on 27 December 1945 with 30 member nations with India as a founding member. It is headquartered in Washington, DC. It was created with an initial fund of $8.8 billion, not 10.8. This is incorrect. Andorra is the 190th member of IMF which joined it in 2020. Correct. The right answer is option B. The IMF provides technical assistance to help member countries strengthen their capacity to design and implement effective policies in 4 areas. Which of the following is not one of the 4 areas? Monetary and financial policy, fiscal policy and management, economic and financial legislation and statistics. These are the 4 areas and not socio-economic policies and frameworks. Which of the following statements is correct with respect to IMF quotas? Quotas determine the maximum contribution of a country to IMF's financial resources. Yes. Quotas are denominated in SDRs. Yes. Quotas are reviewed at least after every 2 years. Not 2 years, it is reviewed after every 5 years. This is incorrect. This must be incorrect. Incorrect बताना है. The right answer is option C. IMF lends to its member countries in its artificial currency unit known as SDR. It is an international reserve asset created by IMF in 1969 to supplement its member countries' official reserves. The value of SDR is based on 5 major currencies. Which of the following is not one of the 5 currencies? The 5 currencies are US dollar, euro, yen, Chinese yuan and pound sterling. Okay, Russian ruble is not one among them. Consider the following statements with respect to World Bank and identify the incorrect statement. It consists of 5 arms. To be a member of World Bank, a country needs to be a member of IMF. IBRD is also known as soft lending arm. It is IDA, not IBRD. India is not a member of ICSID. Correct. The right answer is option B, only 3, because we need to identify the incorrect statements. Consider the following statements with respect to IDA and identify the correct statements. It was established in 1945 with India as its founding member. Yes. It provides long-term interest-free loans to the poorest countries for their developments. Oh, nahi. Ye 1945 mein nahi, we are talking about IDA. It was established in 1960. First is incorrect. The repayment periods are stretched over 25 to 40 years. Correct. IDA also provides grants to countries at risk of debt distress. 2, 3 and 4. Which of the following statements is incorrect with respect to the General Agreement on Trade and Tariff? It was signed in 1947 to establish free and fair international trade system among member countries. सही है. It was then signed by 23 countries. Yeah. Headquarters of GATT was at Geneva, Switzerland. And total 8 rounds of negotiations were held under GATT, and Havana round led to the establishment of WTO. Not Havana, it was the Uruguay round which led to the formation of WTO, which was the 8th round. Which of the following statements with respect to WTO are correct? It was established on 1st December 1995, not 1st December actually, 1st January. It is headed by Director General whose term is 4 years, not 5 years. And the highest decision making body is Ministerial Conference, and unlike IMF and World Bank, WTO has a one country one vote system. The right answer is option B, only 3 and 4. Which of the following is not one of the principles of WTO? WTO has 3 principles: national treatment, most favored nations, special and differential treatment, and not trade framework among the nations. BIMSTEC is an international organization of 7 South Asian and Southeast Asian nations. There are 14 main sectors of BIMSTEC along technological economic cooperation among the countries. Which of the following is not one of the 7 members? The 7 members are Bangladesh, Bhutan, Myanmar, India, Nepal, Sri Lanka and Thailand. Maldives is not one among them. Which of the following subsidies of WTO are classified as trade distorting? There is only one subsidy of WTO, that is trade distorting, that is amber box. With respect to organizational structure of WTO, identify the correct statement. Ministerial Conference is the highest decision making body and it meets once in every 2 years, not 4 years. Ministerial Conference is attended by the governors of central banks of all member nations, not the governors but the ministers of commerce, trade and industry. General Council functions as dispute settlement body and trade policy review body, and it means every year, not every 2 years. And the Council for Trade includes 3 Council for Goods, Services and Trade related aspects of intellectual property rights. This is absolutely correct. The right answer is option D. Which of the following arms of the World Bank is incorrectly matched with its function? IBRD, economic development of developing and poor countries. IFC, it provides long-term interest-free loans to the poorest countries for their development. No, IFC provides loans to the private companies in the developing nations. Okay, while this function जो यहाँ पे लिखा है, that is the function of IDA. The right answer is option B. Consider the following statements with respect to SAARC and identify the incorrect statement. It is a regional intergovernmental organization and geopolitical union of South Asian states. There are 8 member states. It was founded in 1985, not 95. And the headquarters are in Kathmandu. Kathmandu. Dhaka में जो headquarter है, that is BIMSTEC. So 3 and 4 is the right answer. Which of the following statement is incorrect with respect to Association of Southeast Asian Nation ASEAN? It is a regional grouping of 11 states in Southeast Asia that aims to promote economic and security cooperation among its members. Yes. 10 थे अभी recently in the month of October, अब 11 हो गए हैं because Timor-Leste has been added as the 11th member of ASEAN. The headquarters are in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. No, the headquarters are in Jakarta in Indonesia. Right? Papua New Guinea is the only observer and it was formed through the Bangkok Declaration in 1967. The right answer is option B. Which of the following conventions or protocols is incorrectly matched with its year of establishment? Ramsar Convention 1971, correct. Stockholm Convention 2001, correct. Montreal Protocol was adopted in the year 1987, not 85. The right answer is option C. With which of the following objective Minamata Convention was adopted in 2013? Minamata is located in Japan, and M for Minamata, M for Mercury. So it was adopted for protecting health and environment from the adverse effects of mercury. Which of the following SDG is incorrectly matched with its objective? SDG 1 zero hunger. नहीं, पहले गलत है. SDG 1 is no poverty. ठीक है ना? SDG 2 is zero hunger. The right answer is option A. 3 is good health and well-being. 4 is quality education, and 5 is gender equality. According to the Sustainable Development Report 2025, none of the 17 SDGs will be achieved by 2030. The report has identified 5 SDGs which are particularly off track. Which of the following is not one of the 5 SDGs? It is SDG 2 zero hunger, which is particularly off track. Consider the following statements with respect to Sustainable Development Report 2025 and identify the correct statement. Sweden has been ranked number 1. No, it's not Sweden, it's Finland, which has been ranked at number 1. The fastest progress among OECD nations has been registered by Costa Rica. Yes, and among G20 nation, it is Saudi Arabia. For the first time, India has been ranked at below 100, that is at 99th position with a score of 67, which means this statement is incorrect. Statement number 4, जहाँ पे score 57 लिखा है, but the actual score is 67. The right answer is option B. Consider the following statements with respect to FTP 2015 to 20 and identify the correct statement. It was launched on 1st April 2015. It aimed to increase India's global export share from 2% to 3.5%. SEIS was introduced for incentivizing the notified services, and the policy aimed to reduce the exports of goods and services to strengthen the domestic supply. Of course, it aimed to increase the exports of goods and services and at the same time strengthening the domestic supply. The right answer is option A. With reference to India's trade reforms post 1991, consider the following. Before 1991, India followed a liberal trade regime. Of course not. Incorrect बताना है. Okay. The 1991 reforms aimed to address a balance of payment crisis. Yes. The post reform, the focus shifted towards globalization and competitiveness. India adopted import substitution as a key post 1991 strategy. Import substitution strategy हमारी 1991 से पहले थी, बाद में नहीं थी. The right answer is option B. Consider the following statements about MEIS and SEIS schemes and identify the correct statements. MEIS rewards exports of notified products to specific markets. SEIS incentivizes exports of notified service. Both were later merged into RODTEP scheme in 2019. नहीं, both were discontinued, but RODTEP नई स्कीम थी, लेकिन उसमें ऐसा नहीं था कि SEIS और MEIS को मर्ज करके RODTEP बनाई गई थी. RODTEP was an individual scheme newly launched, और SEIS और MEIS को बंद कर दिया गया था. Both schemes issue transferable duty credit scripts. The right answer is option D. Under the export promotion capital goods scheme in FTP 2015-20, identify the incorrect statement. Domestic capital goods purchase reduced the specific export obligation. Yes, the reduction was by 75%, not 50%. It aimed to promote Make in India and it was applicable only to the foreign capital goods. No, that is not so. The right answer is option B. Which of the following statements about FDI and FIIs are correct? FDI promotes long-term capital control. Yes. FII is short-term and volatile. Yes. Both FDI and FII involve direct control over management. Of course not. FDI और FII का direct control, FDI में direct control होता है, FII में कोई direct control नहीं होता है. अगर आप लोग participate करना चाहते हैं दोस्तों, तो आप आंसर भी कर सकते हैं. FDI aids economic growth through technology transfer. ठीक है. The right answer is option A. Which of the following sectors are prohibited for FDI in India? Lottery business, atomic energy, Nidhi company, solar power generation में in fact the government is promoting the FDI. So right answer is option B. With respect to approved exporter system under FTP, which of the following is true? It allows self-certification of origin by manufacturer status holders. Yes, it is introduced to accelerate clearances under the trade agreements. Yes, it applies only to export of defense goods. नहीं ऐसा नहीं था. It supports faster access under free trade agreements. Yes, 1, 2 and 4. Consider the following statements about PSL lending and identify the incorrect statement. It directs credit flows to flow to sectors critical for inclusive growth. Yes, it was formalized by RBI in 1972, not 70. The Gadgil committee first proposed it in 1969. It was initially aimed only at agriculture. Of course not. एग्रीकल्चर के अलावा भी बहुत सारे सेक्टर्स में पीएसएल को वो किया गया था और आज 8 सेक्टर्स में पीएसएल प्रमोट किया जाता है. द राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन बी. Which of the following committees is incorrectly matched with contribution to PSL evolution? Gadgil committee 40% PSL target by 1985. नहीं. This was recommended by Krishnaswamy committee. Krishnaswamy committee area approach and lead back scheme नहीं. ये उल्टा है एक्चुअली. गाडगिल कमेटी ने बोला था एरिया अप्रोच एंड लीड बैंक स्कीम. ओशन थोराट कमेटी कंटिन्यूएशन ऑफ लीड बैंक स्कीम. नरीमन कमेटी सपोर्टेड लीड बैंक सिस्टम. 3 and 4 नहीं. क्या इनकरेक्टली मैच बता रहे हैं? 1 and 2. As per the revised PSL guidelines, which of the following are true? Education loan limit raised from 20 lakh to 25 lakhs. PSL target for urban cooperative bank decreased to 60%, not increased to 75%. Renewable energy household loans capped at 10 lakh. Renewable energy project loan limit raised to 35 crores. The right answer is option D, 1, 3 and 4. What is the sub target for agriculture sector out of total PSL target for domestic commercial bank? It is 18%. Under the revised MSME classification, enterprises are classified based on the investment and turnover. Consider the following data and identify which are correct. MSME share in GVA rose from 27.3% in financial 21 to 30.1% in financial 23. MSME contribution to exports was around 45.79% in financial 25. Number of exporting MSMEs increased to over 1.75 lakh, 1.7 lakh by financial 25. All of them are correct. Option C. The 25-26 budget proposed which of the following for MSMEs? Credit card for micro enterprises? Yes. Fund of funds for corpus of 10,000 crores, not 20,000. Deep tech fund for next gen startups. Credit guarantee increased from 5 crores to 10 crores. 1, 3 and 4. Option C. In the context of the sectors of the economy, red collar workers are associated with primary sector. Consider the following statements about the secondary sector. It transforms materials into finished goods. Yes. It also known as industrial sector. Yes. It directly uses natural resources. No. The natural resource is directly used in the primary sector. ठीक है, जैसे सनलाइट का यूज हो रहा है एग्रीकल्चर में. It creates value addition through processing. Correct. Answer is option A. Quaternary sector of the economy deals with technological innovation and R&D. The quinary sector primarily involves the high-level decision makings and human service. CEOs of the private companies and in case of government, the secretary, the prime minister, जो highest level decision making होता है. आपके बैंक के केस में MD, CEO ये सब. Which of the following is not an example of sunrise sector? Sunrise sector is that which is evolving. So biotech, renewable energy, coal mining is not one of the sunrise sector. Which of the following is a characteristic of the unorganized sector in India? Workers receive social security benefit, they don't. Jobs have high security in fixed hours, of course not. Activities operate outside formal regulation. Yes, this is one of the characteristic of unorganized sector. Which among the following are the pillars of Make in India initiative? There are 4 pillars: new process, new infrastructure, new sectors and new mindset. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Which among the following factors influence the Indian economy? Poverty alleviation, yes, it does affect. Jobless growth, rising inequalities, migration and excessive pressure on resources. Yes, so all of them impacts the economy. The right answer is option D. Who among the following was the chairperson of the Committee on Financial System set up by Government of India? That was M. Narasimhan. Which of the following indicates the correct structural transformation of an economy which happens generally? तो सबसे पहले होती है एग्रीकल्चर इकोनॉमी, फिर बनती है वो इंडस्ट्रियल इकोनॉमी और फिर बनती है सर्विस इकोनॉमी. बट इन केस ऑफ इंडिया we directly jump from agri to service without going to the industries. The right answer is, but हमने generally पूछा है agri, industry, services. Question number 100. During the industrial sector reforms, industrial licensing was abolished for all the projects except for 5 industries. Which of the following is not among the 5 industries? The 5 industries were alcohol, cigarettes, hazardous chemical, defense equipments, and industrial explosives. Okay, the railway infrastructure is not one among them. So these were the 100 questions of module A. Now let's start the questions of module C. But before that, let me just have a glass of water for myself. Please wait. Alright guys, so let's start the module C questions. The next 100 questions are from the module C. Alright, module B and D will be taken up by Prakash sir. Alright, A खत्म हो गया, अब हम आते हैं सीधा module C के ऊपर. चलिए, which of the following is not one of the positive impacts of globalization on Indian economy? Globalization has provided access to global technology, improved productivity. It is not, yes, it is a positive impact. Growth of service sectors like IT-enabled services, BPO and tourism has led to the increase in employment opportunities. There has been an increase in foreign investments after India opened up its economy in 1991. It has led to an increase in competition for domestic industries with the imported product. This is not a positive impact. The right answer is option D. Reverse globalization occurs when countries retreat from open market policies and reintroduce trade barriers, investment restrictions, and domestic market prioritizations. Which of the following is not one of the reasons of reverse globalization? Rising unemployment in developed economies, yes. Trade imbalances and disputes, yes. Expansion of global digital platforms enabling cross-border service. How can expansion be the reason of the reverse globalization? The right answer is option C. The RBI Act is divided into 5 chapters. Which of the following chapters deals with the penalties? Chapter number 5, my dear friends, deals with the penalties. Okay. Which section of RBI Act 1934 constitutes the Reserve Bank of India for the purposes of taking over the management of currency from central government and of carrying on the business of banking? It is section 3 of the RBI Act. With respect to the local board specified in RBI Act 1934, identify the correct statements. Local board are specified in the first schedule of the Act and shall consist of 5 members. This is correct. The members are appointed by the central government for a period of 5 years. They are not appointed for a period of 5 years but 4 years. Alright, the members are eligible for reappointment for a maximum of 2 terms. The right answer is option C. The Government of India was the regulator for the insurance industry until 2000. However, to institute a standalone apex body, the IRDAI was established. IRDAI is what? Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India was established in 2000 following the recommendations of Malhotra Committee report. Which of the following statement is incorrect with respect to the recommendations of Narasimhan 1 committee? Establishment of a incorrect बताना है, okay? Establishment of a 4-tier hierarchy for banking structure with 3 to 4 large banks at the top and at the bottom rural banks engaged in agricultural activities. Phase wise increase in SLR and CRR. No, in fact, The committee recommended the decrease in SLR and CRR. Which of the following statement is incorrect with respect to the Central Board of RBI? The board is constituted under Section 7. Yes. Two government officials nominated by central government are part of the board. Yes. The term of the members of the board is fixed. That is 5 years, not 4 years. Okay. The board of the members are eligible for reappointment. Okay. The correct answer is option C because that is the incorrect statement. Which of the following is not an AIFI? There are 5 AIFI in the country: Exim Bank, NABARD, NAFED, JAIIB and NHB. SEBI is the regulator, not an all India financial institution. Which of the following is not one of the type of microfinance institution in India? So there are 3 types of microfinance institutions in India: not for profit MFIs, mutual benefit MFIs and for profit MFIs. The right answer is option B. Which of the following is not a financial institution in India? I think chit fund company. Chit fund company is not a financial institution. NBFC, pension fund and mutual funds are the type of financial institutions. All collateral free loans to individuals belonging to low income households, that is households having annual income of up to rupees 3 lakh, are treated as microfinance loan. 3 लाख रुपए तक के लोन को हम क्या बोलते हैं जी? Microfinance loans बोलते हैं. Which of the following committees recommended the establishment of universal bank? The universal banks were recommended by Narasimhan Committee 2 that was established by the government in the year 1998. The first one was established in 1992. Which of the following mergers of banks is incorrect? Dena Bank and Vijay Bank in Bank of Baroda, Oriental Bank of Commerce and United Bank of India and PNB. Allahabad was merged with Canara. No. Allahabad was merged with Indian Bank and Syndicate Bank was merged in Canara Bank and Andhra Incorporation in UBI. The right answer is option C. Which of the following statements are incorrect with respect to the definition of SCBs in India? The financial institutions listed in second schedule of RBI Act 1934 are classified as SCBs. The SCBs must have paid a capital and reserve of not less than rupees 5 lakhs, not 10 lakhs. They must satisfy the RBI that their affairs are not being conducted in a manner detrimental to the interest of the depositor. The right answer is option C. With respect to RRBs, identify the correct statement. The concept of RRBs was introduced in 1975 based on the recommendation of Narasimhan Working Group. RRBs are required to provide 60% of their total credit as A and BC. Not 60%, 75%. 60% urban cooperative banks के लिए होता है. RRBs are regulated and supervised by NABARD. No, they are just supervised by NABARD but regulated by RBI only. Central government has 50% shareholding in RRBs, 15% state government, 35% sponsor bank. Option B, 1 and 4. With respect to small finance banks, identify the incorrect statements. Resident individuals and professionals with 10 years of banking experience are eligible as promoters for establishing SFBs. Minimum paid up equity capital of SFB is 100 crores, which has to be increased to 200 crores in 5 years, not 2 years. SFBs have to maintain a capital adequacy ratio of 15% and they are required to open at least 25% of their total branches in unbanked rural areas. The right answer is option D. 2, 3 and 4 are incorrect. Which of the following statement is correct with respect to the payment banks? They can neither lend nor invest in government securities. They can invest in government securities. They are not allowed to sell mutual funds, insurance and pension products. They are allowed. They can accept demand deposits and issue ATM debit cards but not credit cards. This is absolutely correct. They can accept NRI deposit. They can't. With respect to the Monetary Policy Committee, identify the correct statements. It consists of 6 members with a 4-year term. This is correct. The members are eligible for reappointment. No, they are not. Out of 6 members, 4 external members are appointed by the government. नहीं, 3 करती है सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट और 3 होते हैं आरबीआई से. ठीक है, तो टोटल 6 हो गए. एंड द मेंबर्स मीट एटलीस्ट 4 times a year. यस, बट वो साल में ये आरबीआई के हिसाब से कि कम से कम 4 बार मिलना है, लेकिन ओवरऑल वो मिलते 6 बार है कन्वेंशनली. द राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन सी. Which of the following is not a feature of a non-scheduled bank? They are authorized to borrow funds from RBI. No, they are not. यही वाला है. It is not a feature. They are not eligible for membership in clearinghouse. The facility of rediscounting exchange bills from RBI is not available from them. Have to maintain CRR deposits with themselves. The right answer is option A. Consider the following statements about Indian financial system. It connects savers and investors through financial institutions, markets and instruments. Yes. The formal financial system is outside the purview of government regulation. ये तो बात ही गलत है. How can they be outside the government regulation? Financial markets include money, capital, foreign exchange and derivative markets. Money lenders and chit funds are the part of the informal system. The right answer is option A. Which of the following institutions was the first DFI in India? The first DFI in India was IFCI, that was established in 1948. Which of the following banks correctly describe the scheduled banks in India? Which of the following statements? They are listed in the second schedule of RBI Act. They can borrow from RBI and are eligible for clearinghouse membership. Their paid up capital must be at least rupees 5 lakhs, not 10 lakhs, not 5 crores. They include commercial, cooperative and regional rural banks. 1, 3 and 4. No, 1, 2 and 4. Option A. Which of the following was not a feature of India's financial system before independence? Dominance of British banks? Yes. Widespread industrial finance through DFIs? क्या ये बात सही है? बिल्कुल नहीं. ठीक है. Limited access for Indian entrepreneurs and presence of money lenders and mahajans in rural areas. Consider the following statements regarding RRBs. They were established under RRB Act of 1976. The first one was Prathama Bank. The first RRB was Prathama Bank in Muzaffarpur. नहीं, मुजफ्फरनगर आई थिंक, या मुजफ्फरनगर इन यूपी. नहीं, मुजफ्फरनगर में था या पता नहीं कहाँ पे था. आई एम फॉरगेटिंग द प्लेस, बट प्रथमा बैंक वाज द फर्स्ट. आई थिंक बुलंदशहर में भी था. बुलंदशहर में था. यस. दे आर जॉइंटली ओन्ड बाय सेंटर, स्टेट एंड स्पॉन्सर बैंक्स. And sponsor bank constitutes 35% of share capital. They cannot undertake deposit functions. Of course, they can take the deposit. The right answer is option D. The lead bank scheme was introduced. क्या हुआ भाई? Again, yeah. The lead bank scheme was introduced to coordinate regional financial planning through a lead bank. In which year the scheme was launched? It was launched in 1969. Identify the correct statements regarding payment banks. They can accept deposit up to 2 lakh per customer. Yes. They can issue credit cards. No, they can't. They must have at least 75% of deposit in government securities, and they can offer remittance and bill payment services. 1, 3 and 4. Which of the following correctly defines differentiated banking? Systems where all banks provide identical services? No. Systems focusing on corporate lending? No. Specialized banks catering to specific customers' needs are the part of differentiated banking. Which among the following DFIs was converted into a commercial bank in 2004? It was IDBI. In the formal financial system, which of the following are considered financial markets? Money market, capital market, foreign exchange market. Labor market, of course, is not a financial market. The right answer is option A. Which of the following DFI was created in 2021 to finance infrastructure? NAFID. NAFID was created in 2021 with a authorized capital of 1 lakh crores. Consider the following statement about SFBs. They were recommended by Usha Thorat committee in 2014. Yes, they must lend at least 75% of A and BC to priority sectors. Minimum capital, paid up capital requirement is not 5 crore, it is 2 crores. Just 2 crores. At least 25% branches must be in the unbanked rural areas. 1, 2 and 4 is the correct. Not 2 actually, 200 crores. Bhai. 2 crore. 2 crore नहीं, 200 crore. ठीक है. And at least 25% branches must be in the unbanked rural areas. The right answer is 1, 2 and 4. पैराबैंक एक्टिविटीज ऑफ द बैंक्स इंक्लूड. पैराबैंक का मतलब पैराबैंक एक्टिविटीज क्या होती है? जो बैंक्स अपनी कन्वेंशनल एक्टिविटी से अलग करता है, जैसे कि डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ म्यूचुअल फंड्स एंड इंश्योरेंस प्रोडक्ट, सिक्योरिटाइजेशन एंड मर्चेंट बैंकिंग, वेल्थ मैनेजमेंट सर्विसेज. लेंडिंग टू गवर्नमेंट प्रोजेक्ट, लेंडिंग तो उसका कन्वेंशनल फंक्शन है ना. तो 1, 3 and 4. Which of the following correctly matches the phases of financial system development with its feature? Phase 1 liberalization in private sector. नहीं, phase 1 तो यार पुराना phase था. phase 3 था liberalization का. phase 2 में state ownership and directed credit था. The right answer is option B. Which of the following statement is true regarding the LABs, local area banks? They were introduced in 1996. They can operate within 3 contiguous districts, which makes this statement correct. And the minimum capital requirement is 100 crores. मिनिमम कैपिटल रिक्वायरमेंट इसकी 100 करोड़ नहीं होती भाई. ठीक है. द राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन ए. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग आर द फंक्शंस ऑफ रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया? करेंसी मैनेजमेंट, रेगुलेशन ऑफ एनबीएफसी, ऑपरेशन ऑफ पेमेंट सिस्टम, implementation of fiscal policy is the function of central government, not the RBI. The right answer is 1, 2 and 3. In which year the small finance banks were introduced in India? 2015. Which of the following correctly distinguishes between the formal and informal financial systems? Formal financial systems are unregulated. गलत. Formal systems are regulated. Informal systems operate outside regulations. बिल्कुल सही. Both are regulated by SEBI. No. Informal system includes only chit funds and insurance company. No. इसके अलावा भी इसमें बहुत सारे होते हैं. Which of the following DFIs specializes in housing finance? That's very easy. National Housing Bank. In which year digital banking units were launched to offer 24/7 paperless and cashless banking services across India? That was launched in 2021. 75 DBUs were announced to be created on the occasion of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Consider the following statements about RBI Act and identify the correct statements. It was passed in 1933 and came into effect in 1935. No. 1934 में पास हुआ था और came into force on 1st of April 1935. RBI was initially a private entity with 5 crore paid up capital. Yes. It was nationalized in 1949. RBI served as Pakistan Central Bank until 1948 when the State Bank of Pakistan was established. The right answer is option D. Which of the following are the objectives of RBI Act 1934? Regulate issue of banknotes, maintain reserves for monetary stability, promoting foreign trade. RBI does not directly promote the foreign trade. Operate credit and currency system to India's advantage. 1, 2 and 4. Regarding chapter 2 of RBI Act, which of the following are true? Okay. RBI is constituted as a body corporate. Yes. RBI is fully owned by the central government. Yes. The central board must meet quarterly, not monthly. Central board must meet quarterly. Local boards exist for 4 territorial areas. Yes. 1, 2 and 4. Which of the following is permitted under section 17 of RBI Act? Lending to banks. Trading in shares is not permitted. Rediscounting bills and accepting deposits. 1, 3 and 4. Consider the following statements about RBI's currency function and identify the correct statement. RBI has sole authority to issue the banknotes. Yes. Notes up to 10,000 denomination can be issued. Yes. RBI notes are legal tender. Yes. RBI can demonetize notes without government approval. Of course, demonetization के लिए जो है RBI को सरकार को अप्रूवल चाहिए, वो बिना सरकार के अप्रूवल के ऐसा नहीं कर सकते. 1, 2 and 3. Which of the following are covered under chapter 3 of the RBI Act? Forex management, CRR requirements, monetary policy committee. RBI's liquidation process is the part of chapter number 4, not 3. 1, 2 and 3 is the correct answer. Which statements about the Banking Regulation Act 1949 are correct? It was originally part of the Indian Companies Act. Yes. It prohibits bank from trading in goods. Yes. It defines banking and banking company under section 5B and section 5C of the Banking Regulation Act. It allows licensing of banks and branches. Correct. All of them are the correct statements. Which of the following are true about RBI's power under Banking Regulation Act? RBI can appoint managing agents. In fact, appointing managing agents is illegal. RBI can supersede a bank's board. RBI can direct insolvency under IBC. RBI can inspect banks. 2, 3 and 4. Consider the following statements about cooperative banks under Banking Regulation Act. RBI regulates licensing and regulation. State registrars manage formation and governance. 2020 amendment strengthened RBI's powers. 1, 2 and 3. Which of the following statements are true about nomination facilities under the Banking Regulation Act? तो 3 होती हैं इसके अंदर. Section 45ZA which allows nomination for deposit. 45ZC safe custody articles. 45ZE related to locker access. ZF जैसा कुछ नहीं है. The right answer is 1, 2 and 3. When did RBI begin operations? Very easy. 1st April 1935. Which section of RBI Act gives RBI the sole authority to issue the bank notes? The bank notes are issued under section 22 of the RBI Act by RBI. What does section 42 of the RBI Act deal with? Section 42, my dear friends, deal with the reserve requirements, and here CRR requirements will be the correct answer. Which chapter of the RBI Act deals with the penalties? ये हमने पढ़ लिया था actually chapter 5. ये repeat हो गया question. I beg your pardon. Which section of the Banking Regulation Act defines banking? I just told you banking is defined in 5B. Banking company is defined in 5C. So 5B is the right answer. What is the minimum percentage of directors with relevant expertise required under section 16 of Banking Regulation Act? 51%. Which section of BR Act allows RBI to issue binding direction to bank? RBI can issue binding directions to bank under section 35A of the Banking Regulation Act. Which section prohibits banks from trading in goods? The section which prohibits banks from trading in goods is section number 8 of RBI Act. We are talking about RBI Act. Which section of BR Act allows RBI to supersede a bank's board? RBI can supersede a bank's board in case of abnormalities in the functioning of the banks. It can do so under section 36 ACA, 36 ACA of Banking Regulation Act, which section provides that only banks can accept the check withdrawable deposits. Banks can accept check withdrawal deposits as per section 49A of the Banking Regulation Act. Consider the following statements about DFIs and identify the correct statements. DFIs can provide long-term finance for industrial and infrastructure development. Yes. They emerged because commercial banks were focused on short-term lending. Yes. ICICI was India's first DFI, established in 1955. The ICICI indeed was established in 1955, but it was not the India's first DFI. India's first DFI was IFCI. The Narasimhan committee recommended phasing out DFIs. The right answer is 1, 2 and 4. Consider the following statements about IDBI and identify the correct statements. It was set up in 1964 as a subsidiary of RBI. Yes. It became fully government owned in 1976. It acted as the apex DFI, coordinating with other financial institutions. It was merged with ICICI Bank in 2002. So it was converted into a bank in 2004. 1, 2 and 3. With reference to SIDBI, which of the following statement is incorrect? It was established in 1990 under the SIDBI Act. It acts as an apex financial institution for MSME sector, not housing sector. It provides refinance to banks and NBFCs for MSME loans, and it is headquartered in Lucknow, not Mumbai. Okay, so the right answer is option B. Consider the following statements regarding NAFED and identify the correct statements. It was established under Special Act of Parliament in 2021. It provides long-term infrastructure financing. It is one of the AIFI and its authorized capital is 1 lakh crores. 1, 2, 3 and 4. All statements are absolutely correct. Consider the following statements regarding NABARD and identify the correct statements. It was established in 1982 based on Traffic Art Committee recommendation headed by B. Sivaraman. It took over functions of ARDC and RBI's Agriculture Credit Department. It supervises RRBs and cooperative banks. Yes. It is headquartered in Lucknow. So it is headquartered in Mumbai. 1, 2 and 3. Consider the following statements about ICICI and identify the incorrect statements. It functions as a statutory body under ICICI Act. No. It functions as a body corporate body. It was established in 1955 by with World Bank support. It set up ICICI Bank in 1994 and merged with it in 2002. It promoted institutions like HDFC and CRISIL. 2, 3 and 4. नहीं हमें बताना incorrect statement. ये ध्यान रखना correct बता देना या incorrect. Only one. Which of the following statement is incorrect? In 1926, Royal Commission on Indian Currency and Finance recommends a central bank. In 1927, first RBI bill was introduced, later withdrawn. On 1st April 1935, RBI begins operation with 5 crore paid up capital. In 1945, RBI ceases role as Burma's central bank. It was done in 1942. Okay, the right answer is option D because that is the incorrect. Which of the following sections of RBI Act prohibits RBI from trading industrial activities, share or property lending beyond permitted scope? Section number 18. Which chapter of RBI Act 1934 deals with NBFC's registration, capital norms and inspection? It is chapter number 3B. Under which section of RBI Act 1934 RBI publishes bank rate? RBI publishes bank rate under section number 49 of RBI Act. What is the maximum denomination of banknote allowed under section 24 of RBI Act? 10,000. That's very easy question. Under the BR Act, which section empowers RBI to give direction to banks in the public interest? It does so under the section number 35A of the BR Act. Which DFI is known for financing India's foreign trade and providing LOCs? It is Exim Bank, of course. We are talking about foreign trade, so there is only one development financial institution regarding that. That is Export and Import Bank of India. What was the authorized capital of IDBI when it was established in 1964? 500 crores. The BR Act came into force on, this is important, 16th March 1949. The BR Act came into force and RBI Act came into force on 1st of April 1935. Okay. Which of the following institutions was promoted by IFCI? IFCI promoted NSE, HDFC and CRISIL were promoted by ICICI. Which of the following acts transferred the regulatory powers of HFC from NHB to RBI? पहले NHB के पास HFCs का हाउसिंग फाइनेंस कंपनीज का रेगुलेटरी फंक्शन था, but it was transferred to RBI through the RBI Amendment Act of 2019. Which committee recommended the phasing out of DFIs? That was Narasimhan Committee 1998. Consider the following statements about NBFCs and identify the correct statements. NBFCs are registered under the Companies Act 1956 of 2013. 56 or 2013? Yes. They provide loans, advances, and investment services, but cannot accept demand deposit. Yes. They are part of the payment settlement system. No, they are not. The deposit insurance facility of DICGC up to rupees 5 lakh is not available to NBFC depositors. बिल्कुल सही. 1, 2 and 4. Consider the following statements about registration of NBFCs and identify the correct statements. Every NBFC must obtain a CORR certificate of registration from RBI. They must obtain a NOF of 10 crore effective 1st October 2025. The NOF requirement for all existing NBFCs must be met by 31st March 2027. And cooperative credit societies are regulated by RBI for deposit acceptance. No, the cooperative credit societies are regulated by the state laws, not RBI. The right answer is 1, 2 and 3. With reference to deposit taking NBFCs, जिसके लिए RBI ने 1997 के बाद से लाइसेंस देना बंद कर दिया है, consider the following and identify the incorrect statement. They must hold a COR certificate of registration from RBI authorizing the deposit acceptance. Correct. They must have a minimum credit rating of BBB or above. Yes. From SEBI registered credit rating agency. They can accept deposit up to 1.5 times of their net own fund, and maximum interest rate permit on deposit is 12.5% or 10.5%. The right answer is option C. Which of the following is not one of the primary business of an NBFC? Providing loans and advances? Yes. Investment in shares, stock, bond, debentures? Yes. Dealing in sale, purchase or construction of immovable property? This is not a primary function. In fact, this is not a function of NBFC. Engaging in leasing and hire purchase activities. So option C is the right answer. Consider the following statements regarding RBI registration exemptions and identify the correct statement. किसको RBI से exemption नहीं करानी? Merchant bankers and stock brokers registered with SEBI are exempted. Insurance companies regulated by IRDAI are exempted. Nidhi companies are exempted from RBI registrations. And chit funds regulated under the Chit Funds Act are exempted. They are exempted because they are being regulated through, being regulated by either a regulatory body or or under an act. With respect to the deposit terms and interest rates applicable for NBFCs, identify the correct statements. Interest may be paid or compounded at intervals no shorter than monthly rest. बिल्कुल सही. Permitted deposit tenure is minimum 6 months. नहीं, permitted deposit tenure जो है ये सही है, 12 महीने का है, ठीक है, और maximum 60 महीने. NBFCs are prohibited from accepting on-demand repayable deposits. Correct. The right answer is option D. Consider the following about FPC Fair Practice Code for NBFCs and identify the correct statements. These fair practice codes have been, this framework has been created by RBI for following these fair practices code. Loan applications must be simple and preferably in local languages. Borrowers must receive sanction letters with all terms and conditions. Recovery agents must follow a code of conduct approved by RBI. And security documents must be returned by NBFCs after loan repayment. All of them are correct. Consider the following statements about Ombudsman scheme for NBFC. It is integrated into RBI Integrated Ombudsman Scheme 2021. It covers issues like delay in disbursal and hidden charges. CICs and IDF NBFCs are excluded from its coverage. The appellate authority under the scheme is RBI Executive Director, not Deputy Governor. 1, 2 and 3. Consider the following statements regarding regulation of NBFCs. RBI is the primary regulator of most NBFC. Yes. SEBI regulates NBFC engaged in capital market activities. Correct. Ministry of Finance regulates chit funds. No, Ministry of Finance regulates Nidhi companies. Chit funds are regulated by Chit Funds Act or some state laws. IRDAI regulates insurance-based NBFCs. The correct answer is option C. Which of the following NBFC types must have at least 75% of asset in infrastructure lending? It is infrastructure finance company. Which NBFC must have more than equal to 90% of assets invested in group companies and does not trade them? It is of course the core investment company. What percentage of turnover must mortgage guarantee companies earn from the mortgage guaranteed business? It is 90%. क्या हुआ? Yeah. Which year saw RBI adopt a policy of restricting new NBFCs from accepting public deposit? 1997 के बाद से RBI ने deposit taking NBFCs का लाइसेंस देना बंद कर दिया था. The right answer is option C. Which body regulates housing finance company after 2019? It is RBI. Before 2019, it was National Housing Bank. Which year marked the nationalization of life insurance in India? It was through the LIC Act of 1956 that the LIC was nationalized. What was the initial FDI cap when private players were first allowed into the insurance sector in 2000? It was 26%. Now it has gone up to 100%. What does insurance penetration measures? It measures premium as percentage of GDP. In which year insurance repository was launched by ADI to digitize insurance policy? It was launched in 2013. What is the purpose of an e-insurance account? So like we have demat accounts for storage of the electronic shares. Similarly, we have e-insurance account for holding the insurance policies digitally. Which act consolidated insurance regulations in 1938? It was through the Insurance Act of 1938 that the insurance regulations were consolidated. Okay. All right, my dear friends, that's it for the 100 questions from module C. Now Prakash sir will take over. Just wait for him. He will be covering 200 300 questions from the module B and D. Okay. I hope you guys have learned something from this session. I hope you guys have enjoyed this class. Thank you very much. And Prakash sir, अभी जस्ट आपको ज्वाइन करेंगे. Just wait. All right. I wish you all the best for tomorrow's exam, my dear friends. Goodbye. Take care and God bless.
ठीक, हाँ यही इशू होगा, ठीक है। यस, सो हाय गाइस, गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन, गुड इवनिंग वंस अगेन। सो एज यू नो कि यहाँ पे हमने स्टार्ट किया है ये फाइनल मैराथन, एंड मॉड्यूल ए एंड मॉड्यूल सी हैव ऑलरेडी बीन कवर्ड बाय द मनीष सर. Now we'll discuss module B and module D, in which we are going to discuss 200 questions. So first we'll start with module B of the IE and IFS component, and after discussing that we will be starting the module D, right? So let's start the discussion guys. Module B. So here is the question number first: which of the following best describes the focus of microeconomics? Options are the behavior of the entire economy including inflation and GDP. Option number B is the government policies affecting fiscal deficits and public expenditure. Option number C is the individual consumer behavior and price determination in specific markets. And option number fourth is the growth patterns of national and international economies. So what is the right statement guys? You all have to participate with me. कल आपका एग्जाम है, and I hope आपकी सारी प्रिपरेशन हो चुकी है. If you participate in the session, then definitely you will gain the confidence. आपको कॉन्फिडेंस जरूर आएगा क्योंकि आपका रिवीजन भी हो रहा होगा और प्रैक्टिस भी हो रही होगी. So right answer is option number C, that is individual consumer behavior and price determination in specific markets. Question number second is which of the following are key features of a capitalist or free enterprise economy? Statements are freedom of enterprise, government controlled pricing, profit motive or absence of government interference. Options are first, second and third only, first, third and fourth only, second, third and fourth only, and first, second and fourth only. So which of the following is correct? Right answer is option number B here. Question number 30. Question number third is consider the following statements regarding the capitalist economy. Statements are prices are primarily determined by market forces of demand and supply. Statement number second is central objective is social welfare. Statement number third is consumer is considered the king in the market. And statement number fourth is competition is the core feature. So which of the above statements are correct? First, second and fourth only, second, third and fourth only, first, third and fourth only, or first, second and third only. So right answer is option number C, that is first, third and fourth only. Second statement is incorrect क्योंकि यहाँ पे social welfare is not the objective. The central objective of capitalist economy is the profitability, right? तो यहाँ पे profitability is the central objective of the capitalist economy. Social welfare का जो central objective होता है यहाँ पर सोशल वेलफेयर वो होता है सोशलिस्ट इकोनॉमी का, एंड नॉट द कैपिटलिस्ट इकोनॉमी. क्वेश्चन नंबर फोर्थ इज विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स करेक्टली डिस्क्राइब फीचर्स ऑफ अ सोशलिस्ट और सेंट्रली प्लान्ड इकोनॉमी? Statements are all means of production are collectively owned by the government. The main objective is maximizing individual profits. Economic decisions are made by central planning authority. It aims to reduce inequalities and avoid class conflicts. Options are first, second and third only, second, third and fourth only, first, third and fourth only, or first, second and fourth only. Which of the following is correct guys according to you? Do let me know. So right answer is option number C here, that is first, third and fourth only, right? Moving on to question number fifth. Question number fifth is saying which of the following statements correctly describes the feature of a mixed economy? Statements are it allows both public and private sectors to operate simultaneously. Economic decisions are made solely by market forces without any government planning. It ensures individual freedom along with central planning, and price mechanism plays a role along the government regulation. So options are first, third and fourth only, second, third and fourth only, first, second and fourth only, and first, second and third only. So which of the following is correct guys? Right answer is option number A, that is first, third and fourth only. Question number 6 is which of the following are essential characteristics of a perfectly competitive market? Statements are firms are price makers, there is a perfect knowledge among buyers and sellers, all firms sell a homogeneous product, and there are no barriers to entry or exit. Options are first, second and third only, second, third and fourth only, first, third and fourth only, or second, fourth and first only. So right answer is option number B here, that is second, third and fourth only. In the perfectly competitive markets, firms are not the price makers, firms are the price takers. Prices are determined by the industry. Got it? Question number 7, identify the correct statements about perfect competition. Statements are, there are very large number of buyers and sellers. Firms can influence the market price by advertising. There is no selling cost involved. Free entry and exit ensure normal profits in the long run. Options are first, second, and third, second, third, and fourth only, first, third, and fourth only, or first, second, and fourth only. So right answer is option number C here, that is first, third, and fourth only. Second statement is incorrect here. In the perfect competition, there is no need to basically bear the selling cost. यहाँ पे selling cost की requirement नहीं होती है, because reason being selling cost की requirement इसलिए नहीं होती क्योंकि यहाँ पे product are homogeneous and also both seller and buyer are having the perfect knowledge. Question number 8 is, which of the following statements correctly describe the characteristics of monopoly? Statements are, there is a single seller in the market, products sold have many close substitutes, the firm can set its own price, or price discrimination may occur. Options are first, third, and fourth only, second, third, and fourth only, first, second, and third only, or first, second, and fourth only. So right answer is option number A, that is first, third, and fourth only. Second में यहाँ पे, because we are talking about the monopoly market में कोई भी close substitutes नहीं होते हैं, and that is why it is known as monopoly, जहाँ पे single seller होता है. अगर यहाँ पे substitutes होंगे, then obviously वो monopoly नहीं रह जाएगा. Question number 9 is, which of the following are characteristics of monopolistic competition? Statements are, firms engage in non-price competition. There are only one or two dominant firms in the market. Each firm tries to differentiate its product, and there are selling costs involved in marketing and advertising. Options are first, third, and fourth only, second, third, and fourth only, first, second, and third only, or second, you can consider it third and fourth only, right? So right statement is option number A here, that is first, third, and fourth only. Second statement is incorrect. Question number 10th, which of the following statements are true about monopolistic competition? Statements are, there are a large number of firms in the market, all firms sell identical products, advertising plays an important role in competition, or firms rely heavily on selling cost to influence demand. Options are first, second, and third only, second, third, and fourth only, first, second, and fourth only, or first, third, and fourth only. So right answer is option number D here, that is first, third, and fourth only. Second is incorrect here, that is all firms sell identical product. No, monopolistic में यहाँ पे monopolistic competition का the सबसे core feature is product differentiation, right? Product differentiation is the core feature of the monopolistic competition. Question number 11th is, which of the following statements are true about the oligopoly market structure? Options are, firms in the market are mutually interdependent in decision making. Price rigidity is a common feature due to fear of price wars. There is a complete freedom of entry and exit for firms. Selling costs are used to attract consumer. Options are first, second, and third only, first, second, and fourth only, second, third, and fourth only, or first, third, and fourth only. So right answer is option number B. That is first, second, and fourth only. Third statement is incorrect. Question number 12 is, identify the correct characteristics of an oligopoly market. Statements are, few sellers dominate the market, firms exhibit group behavior rather than independent decision making, products are always homogeneous, or non-price competition is common. Options are first, second, and third only, second, third, and fourth only, first, second, and fourth only, or first, third, and fourth only. So right answer is option number C, that is first, second, and fourth only. Question number 13th, which of the following factors are considered key determinants of individual demand? Statements are, price of the commodity, income of the consumer, taste and preferences, weather conditions unrelated to the commodity. Options are first, second, and third only, first, second, and fourth only, second, third, and fourth only, or first, third, and fourth only. So right answer is option number A, that is first, second, and third only. Statement number 4 is incorrect. If weather conditions is unrelated to the commodity, then obviously it will not be the key determinants of individual demand. Question number 14th is, which of the following statements about demand are correct? Statements are, when income increases, demand for inferior goods increases. Demand curve usually slopes downward from left to right. An increase in price of substitute goods lead to a decrease in demand for the given commodity. Expectations about future prices can influence current demand. Options are first, second, and third only, second, third, and fourth only, first, third, and fourth only, second, and fourth only. So right answer is option number D, that is second and fourth only, and first and third are incorrect. Question number 15th, which of the following statements are correct in the context of law of demand? Statements are, it states that other things being equal, as price falls, demand increases. Statement number 2 is, the law of demand assumes that consumers' income may change. Statement number third is saying there is an inverse relationship between price and the quantity demanded. And statement number fourth is the law applies universally without any exceptions. Options are first, second, and third only, second, third, and fourth only, first and third only, or first, third, and fourth only. So right answer is option number C, first and third only. Second and fourth statements are incorrect. Question number 16, which of the following are assumptions behind the law of demand? Which of the following are assumptions behind the law of demand? Prices of related goods remain constant. Consumer states and preferences do not change. The commodity must be a necessity of life. There is no expectation of future price changes. Options are first, second, and third only, first, second, and fourth only, second, third, and fourth only, and first and fourth only. What is the right answer, guys? So right answer is option number B, that is first, second, and fourth only. Question number 17th is which of the following statement about supply and its determinants are correct? Or statements are supply refers to the quantity of a good that producers are willing to sell at different prices at during a given period of time. Cost of production is one of the key determinants of supply. A change in technology does not influence supply, or the supply of a perishable goods is less responsive to price changes in the short run. Options are first, second, and fourth only, first, second, and third only, second, third, and fourth only, first, third, and fourth only. So right answer is option number A, that is first, second, and fourth only. Moving on to question number 18th here. Question number 18th is consider the following with respect to the determinants of supply. Right, there are determinants of supply. So statements are future expectations of prices may affect current supply decisions. Number of sellers in the market has no impact on market supply. Government policies like taxes and subsidies can alter supply levels. A favorable natural condition tends to increase agricultural supply. Options are first, second, and third only, first, third, and fourth only, second, third, and fourth only, or first, second, and fourth only. So right answer is option number B, that is first, third, and fourth only. Question number 19th is which of the following statements correctly explain the law of supply? Statements are there is a direct relationship between price and quantity supplied. The law of supply operates under the assumption of other things being equal. An increase in market price generally leads to an increase in quantity supplied. Supply remains unchanged irrespective of changes in price. So options are first, second, and third only, second, third, and fourth only, first, third, and fourth only, or first, second, and fourth only. So right answer is option number A, that is first, second, and third only. Fourth statement is incorrect, that is supply remains unchanged irrespective of change in prices. जब price change होते हैं supply भी change होती है. If prices are going up, supply will go up. If prices are going down, supply will go down. So there is a direct relationship between the price and the quantity supplied. Question number 20th is which of the following are assumptions of the law of supply? Statements are technology remains unchanged, prices of inputs remain constant, there is no change in the number of sellers, government policies change frequently. Options are first, second, and fourth, first, second, and third, second, third, and fourth, or first, third, and fourth. So which of the following is correct? Right answer is option number B. Question number 21st, which of the following statements are correct about price elasticity of demand? Statements are it measures the responsiveness of quantity demanded to changes in income. If demand is perfectly inelastic, the elasticity is zero. The availability of substitutes affect elasticity. The necessities usually have inelastic demand. Options are first, second, and third only, first, second, and fourth only, second, third, and fourth, and this is getting repeated here, second, third, and fourth. So you can consider it here third and fourth, right? So right statement is option number D, that is second, third, and fourth. Question number 22nd is which of the following statement about elastic and inelastic demand are true? Statements are when demand is elastic, a fall in price increases total revenue. When demand is inelastic, a rise in price decreases total revenue. Perfectly elastic demand curve is horizontal. Inelastic demand means large change in quantity for a small change in price. So options are first, second, and fourth only, second, third, and fourth only, first and third only, or first, third, and fourth only. So right answer is option number C. Question number 23rd is which of the following factors influence the price elasticity of demand? Statements are availability of substitutes, nature of the commodity, time period under consideration, or production technology. Options are first, second, and third only, second, third, and fourth only, first, third, and fourth only, or first, second, and fourth only. So right answer is option number A, that is first, second, and third only. Question number 24th is which of the following statements about price elasticity of demand are true? It is calculated as percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price. Price elasticity of demand value greater than 1 indicates elastic demand. When price elasticity of demand is equal to 1, total revenue remains constant with price change. If price elasticity of demand less than 1, the good is said to be elastic. So which of the following is correct? First, third and fourth, first, second and third, second, third and fourth, or first, second and fourth. So right answer is option number B, that is first, second and third. Question number 25th is, consider the following statements regarding price elasticity of supply. Statements are, it measures the responsiveness of quantity supplied to a change in price. A higher price elasticity of supply indicates suppliers can easily change production in response to price changes. Price elasticity of supply is calculated as the percentage change in quantity supply divided by the percentage change in price. Price elasticity of supply can never be negative. So which of the above statements are correct? Options are first, third and fourth only, first and fourth only, second and third only, or first, second, third and fourth, that is all of the above. So right answer is all of the above. Question number 26. Regarding the determinants of price elasticity of supply, consider the following. Statements are, availability of spare production capacity increases elasticity of supply. Longer time periods generally make supply more elastic. Perishability of goods increases price elasticity of supply. Ease of storing goods affects supply elasticity. Which of the above statements are correct? First, second and third only, second, third and fourth only, first, second and fourth only, or first and third only. So right answer is option number C, that is first, second and fourth only. Question number 27th, with reference to price elasticity of supply, which of the following is are correct? Statements are, if price elasticity of supply is equal to 0, supply is perfectly inelastic. If price elasticity of supply is more than 1, supply is elastic. Price elasticity of supply is equal to infinity indicates perfectly elastic supply, and PES always has to be less than 1. So options are first, second and third only, second and fourth only, first and third only, or first, second and fourth only. So right answer is option number A. Question number 28. Consider the following situations. A manufacturing unit can easily switch production between products. A crop that takes a fixed growing season. A factory operating at a full capacity with no idle resources. A service sector firm that can hire part-time staff quickly. Which among the above are likely to result in more elastic supply? So options are second and third only, first and fourth only, first, second and third only, or second, third and fourth only. So right answer is option number B, that is first and fourth only. Question number 29. Consider the following statements regarding the law of demand. Statements are, law of demand shows a direct relationship between price and the quantity demanded, other factors remaining constant. Movement along the same demand curve occurs when quantity demanded changes due to change in the price of the commodity. Downward movement along the same demand curve is called expansion of demand, and upward movement along the same demand curve is known as contraction of demand. Options are second, third and fourth only, first, second and third only, first and second only, or second and fourth only. So right answer is option number A, that is second, third and fourth only. Question number 30th, regarding movement along the same demand curve, consider the following statements are, it is also referred to as change in quantity demanded. Expansion of demand occurs when the price of commodity rises, keeping other factors constant. Contraction of demand occurs when the price of a commodity rises, keeping other factors constant. Both expansion and contraction of demand are types of movement along the same demand curve. So which of the following statements, above statements are correct? First and second only, second, third and fourth only, first, second and fourth only, or first, third and fourth only. So right answer is option number D. Question number 31st, consider the following statements about the law of supply. Statements are, quantity supplied of a commodity decreases with an increase in price, other determinants remaining constant. Expansion of supply is represented by an upward movement along the same supply curve. Contraction of supply occurs when the price of a commodity decreases, other determinants remaining constant. Movement along the same supply curve indicates changes in supply due to factors other than price. So options are first, second and third only, second and third only, first and fourth only, or first, third and fourth only. So right answer is option number B, that is second and third only. Question number 32. In the law of supply, when price rises and quantity supplied increases, it is called decrease in supply, contraction of supply, expansion of supply, or shift in supply. So right answer is option number C, that is expansion of supply. Question number 33. Consider the following statements regarding shifts in demand curve. Statements are, a rightward shift in the demand curve indicates an increase in demand at the same price. A leftward shift in the demand curve indicates a decrease in demand at the same price. Changes in consumer income, taste and preferences can cause a shift in the demand curve. A shift in the demand curve also occurs when there is a change in the price of the same commodity. Options are first, second, and third only, first, third, and fourth only, second, third, and fourth only, and first and fourth only. So right answer is option number A, that is first, second, and third only. Question number 34th, identify the correct statements about factors causing shifts in the demand curve. Statements are: an increase in the price of a substitute goods can shift the demand curve for a commodity to the right. A fall in the price of a complementary good can lead to a rightward shift in the demand curve. A change in the number of buyers in the market can cause a shift in the demand curve. So options are first and second only, second and third only, first and third only, or all of the above. So right answer is all of the above. Question number 35th. Consider the following statements regarding the shift in supply curve. Statements are: a rightward shift in the supply curve indicates an increase in the supply at the same price. A leftward shift in the supply curve indicates a decrease in supply at the same price. A fall in input price can cause the supply curve to shift to the left. An improvement in technology can lead to a rightward shift in the supply curve. Options are first, second, and third only, first, second, and fourth only, second, third, and fourth only, or first, third, and fourth only. So right answer is option number B, that is first, second, and fourth only. Question number 36. Identify the correct statements about factors causing shift in the supply curve. Statements are: increase in the number of sellers in the market can cause a rightward shift in the supply curve. Government subsidies to producers can shift the supply curve to the right. An increase in the price of the commodity itself will cause a shift in the supply curve. Changes in expectations about future prices can lead to shift in the supply curve. So options are first, second, and third only, first, third, and fourth only, second, third, and fourth only, or first, second, and fourth only. So right statement is option number D, that is first, second, and fourth only. Question number 37. Consider the following statements regarding measures of money supply in India. So M1 includes currency with the public, demand deposits with banks, and other deposit with RBI. M2 is M1 plus savings deposit or post office saving banks. M3 is M1 plus all deposits with post office saving banks. And M4 includes M3 plus all deposits with post office saving bank excluding national saving certificate. So options are first, second, and fourth only, first, third, and fourth only, second, third, and fourth only, or first, second, and third only. So right answer is option number A. Question number 38. Consider the following statements about demand pull inflation. Statements are: it occurs when aggregate demand in an economy increases faster than the aggregate supply. An increase in money supply in the hands of the public can be a major cause of demand pull inflation. Demand pull inflation always results from a sudden fall in production capacity. If aggregate supply keeps pace with rising demand, demand pull inflation may not occur. So options are first, third, and fourth only, first, second, and fourth only, second, third, and fourth only, or first, second, and third only. So right answer is option number B. Question number 39. Regarding cost push inflation, which of the following statements are correct? It arises mainly from a substantial increase in the cost of key production inputs. Producers facing higher cost may reduce output instead of raising prices. A shortage in output markets due to reduced supply can push prices upward. Cost push inflation requires a rise in aggregate demand to occur. So options are first, second, and fourth only, first, third, and fourth only, first, second, and third only, or second, third, and fourth only. So right answer is option number B, that is first, third, and fourth only. Question number 40th. Identify the correct statements about the causes of inflationary pressure in economy. Statements are: demand pull inflation occurs when money supply and purchasing power rise without a corresponding rise in output. Cost push inflation can occur due to a global oil price hikes impacting domestic industries. Both demand pull and cost push inflation are solely due to monetary policy failures, or if producers pass on increased input cost to consumer, cost push inflation can result. Options are first, second, and fourth, first, third, and fourth, second, third, and fourth, or first, second, and third. So right answer is option number A, that is first, second, and fourth. Question number 41. Consider the following statements about the consumer price index. Statements are: CPI measures changes in the price level of a basket of goods and services purchased by households. CPI reflects price movements at the wholesale level. CPI is more relevant for consumers to measure inflation, and the National Statistical Office releases CPI information every month. Options are first, second, and third only, first, third, and fourth only, second, and fourth only, or first and second only. So right answer is option number B, that is first, third, and fourth only. Question number 42. Consider the following statements regarding wholesale price index in India. Or statements are: WPI measures changes in the level of prices of a basket of goods at the wholesale stage. WPI reflects the prices of goods consumed by households at the retail level. The Office of Economic Advisor DPIIT is responsible for releasing WPI numbers in India. The current official base year for WPI is 2011-12. Which of the above statements are correct? First, third, and fourth, second and third, first, second, and fourth, or first, second, and third. So right answer is option number A, that is first, third, and fourth. Question number 43, with reference to WPI and IIP, that is Index of Industrial Production, consider the following statements. WPI is composed of three main groups: primary articles, fuel and power, and manufactured products. A separate food index with a weight of about 24.4% is also published along with WPI. Index of Industrial Production is released monthly by NSO of MOSPI with base year of 2011-12. IIP consists of three groups: mining, manufacturing, and electricity, with maximum weightage given to mining. Which of the above statements are correct? First, second, and fourth only, second and third only, first, second, and third only, or first, third, and fourth only. So right answer is option number C. Question number 44. Consider the following statements regarding GDP deflator. Statements are: GDP deflator is a measure of inflation covering all new domestically produced final goods and services in the economy. Unlike CPI and WPI, GDP deflator is based on a fixed basket of goods and services. GDP deflator is available only on a quarterly basis along with the GDP estimates. And the formula of GDP deflator is nominal GDP divided by real GDP multiplied by 100. So right answer is option number A, that is first, third, and fourth. Question number 45th. What is the primary difference between gross domestic product and the gross national product? Options are: GDP includes income earned by foreigners within the country, while GNP excludes it. GDP measures the total output produced within a country's border, while GNP measures the total output produced by a country's residents regardless of location. GDP is used for domestic economic planning, while GNP is used for international economic comparisons. GDP is calculated annually, while GNP is calculated quarterly. So, which of the following is correct? Option number B. Question number 46. What does nominal GDP represent? So GDP adjusted for inflation using the consumer price index, GDP adjusted for seasonal variations in economic activity, GDP adjusted for international trade balances, and GDP measured in current prices without adjusting for inflation. Right answer is option number D. Question number 47th. What is disinflation? So options are: a decrease in the general price level of goods and services, an increase in the general price level of goods and services at a faster rate, a decrease in the rate of inflation, and increase in the general price level of goods and services at a slower rate. So options are which of the following is correct? C is correct here. Question number 48. What is skewflation? Options are: a general decrease in the price level of goods and decrease services across the economy, an increase in the general price level of goods and services across the economy, an increase in the prices of some goods and services while the prices of other remains stable or decrease. And option number D, a situation where inflation is uniformly distributed across all the sectors of the correct. Which is correct here? Right answer is option number C. Question number 49. What is stagflation? Options are: a period of high inflation combined with high unemployment and stagnant demand in a country's economy, a period of high economic growth with low inflation and low unemployment, a period of deflation with high economic growth and low unemployment, a period of moderate inflation with high economic growth and low unemployment. So right answer is option number A. Question number 50th is: which of the following best describes the effect of inflation on lenders and borrowers? So options are: lenders benefit and borrowers suffer, borrowers benefit and lenders suffer, both lenders and borrowers benefit equally, neither lender nor borrowers are affected. So right answer is option number B. Question number 51st is: what is the primary effect of inflation on savings? Options are: savings increase in value, savings remain unaffected, savings decrease in value, or savings and investments grow at the same rate. So right answer is option number C. Question number 52nd. How does inflation generally affect consumer expenditure? Options are: expenditure decreases because prices are lower, expenditure decreases because people save more, expenditure remains constant regardless of price changes, expenditure increases because prices are higher. So right answer is option number D. Question number 53rd. What is the typical effect of high inflation on a country's exchange rate? Options are: the exchange rate appreciates, the exchange rate depreciates, the exchange rate remains stable, the exchange rate fluctuates unpredictably. So right answer is option number B, that is exchange rate depreciates. Then question number 54. What is the typical effect of high inflation on a country's exports? So exports increase because goods become cheaper, exports remain unaffected, exports increase due to higher global demand, and exports decrease because goods become more expensive. So what is the which statement is correct? Right answer is option number D here. Question number 55th, which what is the typical effect of high inflation? What is the typical effect of high inflation on a country's imports? Imports increase because foreign goods become cheaper. Imports decrease because foreign goods become more expensive. Imports remain unaffected. Imports decrease because of higher tariffs, and none of the above. So right answer is option number A. Question number 56. What is an inflation premium? The additional cost added to the price of a goods due to inflation. The extra interest rate that lenders require to compensate for expected inflation. The premium paid by consumers to hedge against inflation. The difference between nominal and the real interest rates. The increase in wage to keep up with inflation. So right answer is option number B. Question number 57th. Which of the following organization releases the wholesale price index in India? Options are RBI, Ministry of Finance, CSO, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, and SEBI. So right answer is option number D. Question number 58. Which category of goods is assigned the highest weightage in the wholesale price index in India? Primary articles, fuel and power, manufactured products, services and agricultural products. Right answer is option number C. Question number 59th. Which of the following correctly states the difference between the wholesale price index and the CPI in India? Both CPI and WPI capture changes in the prices of services. Neither WPI nor CPI captures changes in the prices of services. WPI captures changes in the prices of services while CPI does not. CPI captures changes in the prices of services while WPI does not. WPI and CPI both focus exclusively on agricultural products. So right answer is option number D. Question number 60th is which of the following organizations is responsible for releasing the CPI in India? Options are RBI, Ministry of Finance, NSO, Ministry of Commerce, Security and Exchange Board of India. So right answer is option number C, NSO. Question number 61st is which of the following best describes the gross domestic product at factor cost? Options are GDP market price plus indirect taxes minus subsidies, GDP market price minus indirect taxes plus subsidies, GDP market price plus indirect taxes plus subsidies, GDP market price minus indirect taxes minus subsidies. So right answer is option number E. Question number 62 is which of the following best describes net national product at factor cost? Options are GDP market price plus depreciation minus NFIA minus indirect taxes plus subsidies, GDP market price minus depreciation plus NFIA minus indirect taxes plus subsidies, GDP market price plus depreciation plus NFIA minus indirect taxes plus subsidies, GDP market price plus depreciation plus NFIA plus indirect taxes plus subsidies. So right answer is option number B. Question number 63rd is monetary policy. Committee of the Reserve Bank of India is headed by whom of the following? Union's Finance Minister, Union's Minister of State for Finance, Governor of RBI, Deputy Governor of Reserve Bank of India in charge of monetary policy. So right answer is option number C. Question number 64th is under the present monetary policy framework agreement, the RBI will be responsible for containing inflation target at 4% with a standard deviation of 0.5%, 6% with a standard deviation of 1%, 4% with a standard deviation of 1%, and 4% with a standard deviation of 2%. So right answer is option number D. Question number 65th. Which of the following defines the marginal standing facility rate? Options are the rate at which banks place their surplus funds with the Reserve Bank of India, the rate at which banks can borrow against their excess SLR securities to meet additional liquidity requirements, the rate at which the RBI is prepared to buy or rediscount bills of exchange or other commercial paper eligible for purchase, the rate at which banks borrow funds from the RBI against eligible collateral. So right answer is option number B. Question number 66. RBI adopted CPI combined as the indicator for inflation targeting on the recommendation of which of the following committee? Raghuram Rajan Committee, Bimal Jalan Committee, Vijay Kilgar Committee, or Urjidar Patel Committee? So right answer is option number D, Urjidar Patel Committee. Question number 67. How does monetary policy help in controlling inflation? Options are by increasing government spending, by reducing taxes on goods and services, by adjusting the interest rates and controlling the money supply, or by imposing trade tariffs and quotas. So right answer is option number C. Question number 68 is how does the cash reserve ratio help in controlling inflation? Options are by increasing government spending, by reducing interest rates, by lowering import duties, by increasing the amount of money banks must hold in reserve. So right answer is option number D only. Question number 69, how can the CRR, cash reserve ratio, help in boosting growth? So options are by increasing import tariffs, by reducing government subsidies, by lowering the CRR, allowing banks to lend more, or by implementing stricter tax policies. So right answer is option number C. Question number 70th is what is the statutory liquidity ratio? The ratio of a bank's foreign reserve to its total deposits, the ratio of a bank's loans to its total assets, the ratio of a bank's liquid assets to its NDTL, that is net demand and time liabilities, the ratio of a bank's fixed deposits to its current accounts. So right answer is option number C here. Question number 71st, what are the main objective for maintaining the SLR to increase foreign exchange reserves and reduce public debt, to promote foreign investment and stabilize the currency, to control bank credit expansion, ensure bank solvency, and compel investment in government securities, to reduce government borrowing and increase private sector lending. So, right answer is option number C. Question number 72. What is a repo? That is repurchase option in the context of banking. Options are a long-term loan given by commercial banks to the government, a tool used by banks to invest in foreign exchange markets, a collateralized lending arrangement where banks borrow money from RBI by selling securities with an agreement to repurchase them, a method used by the RBI to control the exchange rate of the rupee. So right answer is option number C. Question number 73rd is, what does a high repo rate signal in the context of banking? Options are, banks will have more funds available for lending, banks will reduce interest rate on loan, access to money is expensive for banks leading to lesser credit flow into the system, and banks will increase their investments in foreign assets. So right answer is option number C. Question number 74. When the RBI takes actions that decreases the money supply in the economy, which of the following outcomes is likely to occur? Increased consumer spending, higher inflation rates, lower interest rates, reduced investment, and economic slowdown. So right answer is option number D. Question number 75. What is a reverse repo operation? So options are, when banks borrow money from the Reserve Bank of India, when the government deposits money with the RBI, when the RBI borrows money from the government, or when banks deposit their money with the Reserve Bank of India. So right answer is option number D. Question number 76. What is the primary effect of a reverse repo operation on the banking system? Options are, it increases the liquidity in the system, it absorbs the liquidity in the system, it has no impact on the liquidity in the system, or it creates more money in circulation. So right answer is option number B. Question number 77. What is the standing deposit facility rate, SDF? So options are, the rate at which the Reserve Bank lends money to commercial banks without collateral, the rate at which the RBI accepts uncollateralized deposits from all LAF, that is liquidity adjustment facility participants on an overnight basis, the rate at which commercial banks accept uncollateralized deposit from the public, or the rate at which RBI provides long-term loans to the government. So right answer is option number B. Question number 78. The marginal standing facility is a scheme announced by the RBI in its monetary policy 2011-12. What does the MSF refer to? So options are, the regular rate at which banks can borrow money from the RBI through the repo mechanism, the rate at which banks can deposit their surplus funds with the Reserve Bank of India, the penal rate at which banks can borrow money from the RBI over and above what is available through the LA window, the rate at which the RBI buys government securities from banks. So right answer is option number C. Question number 79. Which of the following statements correctly describes the positioning of the MSF in the interest rate corridor set by the Reserve Bank of India? Options are, MSF represents the lower band of the interest corridor with the repo rate at the middle and the standing deposit facility as the upper band. MSF represents the upper band of the interest corridor with the repo rate at the middle and the standing deposit facility as the lower band. MSF represents the middle band of the interest corridor with the repo rate as the upper band and the standing deposit facility as the lower band. MSF is not part of the interest corridor and is independent of the repo rate and standing deposit facility. So right answer is option number B. Question number 80th is, the term bank rate, also referred to as the discount rate, refers to. Options are, the rate at which central bank lends money to the general public, the rate at which commercial banks lend to each other overnight, the rate at which RBI is ready to buy or rediscount bills of exchange or other commercial papers, the rate at which commercial banks lend to their most credit-worthy customers. So right answer is option number C. Question number 81 is, what is the effect of the RBI purchasing securities on the economy as a part of open market operations? So options are, it reduces the money supply and decreases demand in the economy. It increases the money supply leading to more demand and potentially higher economic growth. It stabilizes the money supply without affecting demand or economic growth. It only affects the interest rates without altering the overall money supply. So right answer is option number B. Question number 82 is, what is the primary purpose of the market stabilization scheme implemented by the Reserve Bank of India? Options are, to boost industrial production, to increase foreign exchange reserves, to withdraw excess liquidity by selling government securities, to provide subsidies to agricultural sectors. So right answer is option number C. Question number 83rd is, what is the likely effect on interest rate when the RBI issues market stabilization bonds to absorb excess liquidity? Options are, interest rate decreases, interest rate remains unchanged, interest rates increase, or interest rate becomes volatile. So right answer is option number C. Question number 84th, what is the primary purpose of the credit rationing tool in monetary policy? Options are to increase government spending, to control the amount of credit available to specific sectors, to lower interest rates, to stabilize foreign exchange rates. So right answer is option number B. Question number 85th, what does the loan to value ratio represent in the context of loans and collateral? Options are the interest rate applied to a loan, the amount of loan given against the borrower's annual income, the percentage of the loan amount relative to the fixed value of the collateral, or the time period of loan repayment. So right answer is option number C. Question number 86 is, how does the Reserve Bank of India use the loan to value ratio to control credit during inflation, period of inflation and deflation? So during inflation, RBI raises the LTV ratio. During deflation, it lowers the LTV ratio. During inflation, RBI lowers the LTV ratio. During deflation, it raises the LTV ratio. During both inflation and deflation, RBI keeps the LTV ratio constant. During inflation, RBI raises the LTV ratio. During deflation, it keeps the LTV ratio unchanged. So right answer is option number B. Question number 87th is, which of the following actions represent an expansionary monetary policy in India? So options are increasing the CRR, selling government securities, selling government bonds in the open market, increasing the SLR, or reducing the repo rate. So right answer is option number D, that is reducing the repo rate. Question number 88 is, which of the following is a component of a contractionary monetary policy used by the RBI to reduce inflation? Options are decreasing the repo rate, purchasing government securities, reducing the reserve ratio CRR SLR, or increasing the repo rate. So right answer is option number D. Question number 89th is, which of the following best describes a progressive taxation system? So everyone pays the same fixed percentage of their income in taxes. The proportion of income paid in taxes is greater for higher income levels. The proportion of income paid in taxes decreases as income increases. The proportion of income paid in taxes is the same for all income levels. So what is the right answer? Right answer is option number B. That is, the proportion of income paid in taxes is greater for higher income levels. Question number 90th is, which of the following best describes a regressive taxation system? Options are, everyone pays the same fixed percentage of their income in taxes. Higher income of their income in taxes. The proportion of income paid in taxes decreases as income increases. And the proportion of income paid in taxes is the same for all income levels. So right answer is option number C. Question number 91st is, which of the following actions is an example of expansionary fiscal policy? So options are increasing interest rates, reducing government spending, increasing taxes, or lowering taxes and increasing government spending. So right answer is option number D, that is lowering taxes and increasing government spending. Question number 92nd is, which of the following actions is an example of contractionary fiscal policy? Options are lowering interest rates and increasing government spending, reducing taxes and increasing government spending, raising taxes and cutting government spending, or lowering taxes and cutting government spending. Which of the following is correct? Right answer is option number C. Question number 93rd is, in the context of economic recession, which of the above action can be considered as a part of the fiscal stimulus package? Options are cutting the taxes, tax rates, increasing the government spending, increasing the subsidies, or all of the above. So right answer is option number D, that is all of the above. Question number 94th is, which of the following best describes a direct tax, a tax that is added to the price of goods and services at the point of sale, a tax paid directly by an individual or organization to the government, a tax that is paid by consumers but collected by businesses, a tax on imports and exports. So right answer is option number B here. Question number 95th is, which of the following is an example of direct tax? Options are sales tax, value added tax, income tax, or excise duty. So right answer is option number C, that is income tax. डायरेक्ट टैक्स किसको बोलते हैं? डायरेक्ट टैक्स वो टैक्स होता है जिसमें जिस पर्सन के ऊपर बर्डन होता है उसी पर्सन की यहाँ पर लाइबिलिटी भी होती है कि वो यहाँ पर टैक्स पे करेगा. वेयर एज जब हम बात करते हैं इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स की, तो वहां पर क्या मतलब होता है? वहां पर जिस पर्सन के ऊपर बर्डन होता है वो पर्सन नहीं पे करता, वो किसी और से यहाँ पे अमाउंट रिकवर करता है. क्वेश्चन नंबर 96 इज, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग बेस्ट डिस्क्राइब्स एन इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स? ऑप्शंस आर, अ टैक्स पेड डायरेक्टली बाय एन इंडिविजुअल टू द गवर्नमेंट, अ टैक्स ऑन द इनकम और असेट्स ऑफ इंडिविजुअल्स और ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस, अ टैक्स कलेक्टेड बाय एन एंटिटी इन द सप्लाई चेन एंड पास्ड ऑन टू द कंज्यूमर, अ टैक्स पेड डायरेक्टली बाय कॉर्पोरेशंस ऑन देयर प्रॉफिट्स. So right answer is option number C. Question number 97th is, which of the following best describes as proportional taxation. So options are: a tax where the rate increases as income increases, a tax where the rate decreases as income increases, a tax where everyone pays the same percentage of their income regardless of their income level, a tax that is paid by businesses on their profits. So which of the following is correct? Right answer is option number C. That is a tax where everyone pays the same percentage of their income regardless of their income level. Question number 98 is: which of the following best describes capital receipts? Options are: receipts that neither create liability nor reduce assets, receipts that create liability or reduce assets, receipts that only increase government income through taxation, or receipts that are generated from day-to-day operations of the government. So right answer is option number B, that is receipts that create liability or reduce assets. Question number 99 is: which of the following best describes revenue receipts? Options are: receipts that create liability for the government, receipts that reduce government assets, receipts that neither create liability nor reduce assets, and receipts that are generated from the sale of the government assets. Which of the following is correct? Right answer is option number C. Question number 100 is: which of the following is not an example of revenue receipts? Options are: sale proceeds of goods, interest received, commission received, or sale of long-term assets. So right answer is option number, yes, option number D, that is sale of long-term assets. So guys, these all are the 100 questions of module B. Now we'll discuss top 100 questions of module D as well. But before that, I need a small break so that I can have a water also. Then we'll start the module D discussion. Yes, guys. So let's start the discussion around module D. So question number first of module D is: which of the following is not a primary segment of the financial market when studied in detail? So options are: commodity market, credit market, money market, and derivatives market. So which of the statements are correct? Right answer is option number A, that is commodity market. Question number second is: which of the following correctly represents a segment of the financial market that deals with short-term borrowings and lending generally less than 1 year? Options are: money market, capital market, derivatives market, and insurance market. So right answer is option number A, that is money market. So when we talk about the money market, so money market deals with the short-term borrowings and lending, which is generally less than 1 year. Question number third is: which of the following instruments does not primarily belong to the money market? Treasury bills, equity shares, call money, and commercial paper. So right answer is option number B, equity shares, because equity shares belong to the capital market, right? And all the three, treasury bills, call money, and commercial paper, belongs to the money market. Question number fourth is: which of the following statements about government securities is correct? So government securities are issued only by the central government for short-term borrowings. Government securities are non-tradable instrument representing corporate debt. State governments issue treasury bills as their long-term securities, and long-term securities issued by the state government are called state development loans. So options are option number D here. Option number D is the right answer. Question number fifth is: which of the following is not a correct feature of a derivative instrument? Options are: its value depends on an underlying asset or variable, it usually requires little or no initial investment, it is always settled immediately on the date of trade, or it is settled at a future date. So right answer is option number C. That is, this statement is incorrect. We have to tell the incorrect statement. So option number C is the incorrect. That is, it is always settled immediately on the date of trade. This is incorrect. Question number 6 is: the value of a derivative instrument primarily depends on which of the following? Options are: the value of an underlying asset such as an interest rate, security price, or foreign exchange rate. the reputation of the issuing company, the fixed rate of return promised at inception, the monetary policy stance of the central bank. Which is correct here? So right answer is option number A. That is the value of an underlying asset such as an interest rate, security price, or foreign exchange rate. Question number seventh. Which of the following statements correctly describes the capital market? Options are: it deals only with short-term financial instruments and provides working capital to firms. It is a market for long-term equity and debt instruments, providing funds to government and corporates. It includes only the trading of a government securities and excludes corporate instruments. It primarily facilitates speculative trading in foreign exchange and commodities. So right answer is option number B. Question number 8 is: which of the following statements correctly describes the early insurance business in India? So, life insurance was undertaken by LIC and non-life insurance by GIC and its subsidiaries. Both life and non-life insurance were managed exclusively by private companies. Insurance in India was entirely unregulated before 1990 and only non-life insurance existed in the early days. So, right answer is option number A. Question number 9 is: the Insurance Regulatory Development and Development Authority, that is IRDAI, was established primarily to merge life and non-life insurance companies under government control, nationalize the private insurance companies operating in India, regulate and develop the insurance sector and allow private participation, eliminate foreign participation in the insurance sector. So right answer is option number C. Question number 10 is: which of the following statements correctly describes a mutual fund? Options are: it is a government owned bank that provides loans to investors. It invests only in real estate and physical assets. It is unregulated and operates without any oversight. It pools resources from investors by issuing units and invests in securities according to the scheme's objective. So right answer is option number D. Question number 11 is: which of the following correctly describes the call notice term money market? Options are: it is a market for trading very short term liquid financial assets that are readily convertible into cash. It is a market for long term loans to corporates. It deals exclusively with government securities of more than 5 years. Or it is primarily for trading in equities and derivatives. So, right answer is option number A. Question number 12 is: in the money market, notice money refers to fund lent for a period of 1 day only, 2 to 14 days, 15 days to 1 month, or more than 1 year. So, right answer is option number B, that is 2 to 14 days. Question number 13: this term money in the money market refers to lending for 1 day, lending for 2 to 14 days, borrowing, lending of funds for a period exceeding 14 days and up to 1 year, long term loans for more than 5 years. So right answer is option number C. Question number 14 is: which of the following statements correctly describes participants in the call notice money market? Options are: only banks can participate and they can act only as a borrowers. All non-bank institutions can operate as both lenders and borrowers without restrictions. Banks and primary dealers can act as both borrowers and lenders, while non-bank institutions with permission can operate only as lenders. Mutual fund can participate freely as borrowers without RBI guidelines. So right answer is option number C. Question number 15th is: which of the following correctly describes treasury bills? Options are: they are long-term government securities with a maturity of more than 5 years. They are issued only to banks and financial institutions. They carry a fixed coupon rate payable semi-annually. They are money market instruments issued to finance the short-term debt obligations of the government of India. So right answer is option number D. Question number 16th is: who among the following can invest in treasury bills in India? Options are: only banks and primary dealers, any person resident in India, including state governments, firms, companies, institutions, trust, and retail investors, only non-resident Indians, only the Reserve Bank of India. So right answer is option number B. Question number 17th is: which of the following statements correctly describes a certificate of deposit? Options are: it is negotiable money market instrument issued by banks and select financial institutions, usually at a discounted price and redeemed at par. It is a long-term government security with a maturity of more than 5 years. It can be issued to minors without restrictions. Banks can freely grant loans against a certificate of deposit without RBI permission. So right answer is option number A. Question number 18th is: which of the following statements correctly describes a commercial paper in India? Options are: Commercial papers are government securities issued to finance long-term debt. Commercial papers are collateralized loans issued by banks to corporates. Commercial papers can be issued only by banks to NBFCs. Commercial papers are unsecured money market instruments issued by companies, including NBFCs and all India financial institutions, to meet short-term funding needs. So, right answer is option number D. Question number 19 is, which of the following is true regarding the issuance of commercial papers? So commercial papers can be issued without any credit rating. CPs have a maximum maturity of 1 year and a maximum of 5 years. Uh, Minimum maturity 1 year and maximum of 5 years. CPs can be issued only after obtaining a credit rating of at least A3 from a SEBI registered credit rating agency and for maturities between 7 days to 1 year. Commercial papers are issued at face value and redeemed at a discount. So right answer is option number C. Question number 20th is, which of the following correctly describes primary dealers in the government securities market? Options are: they are banks that exclusively provide loans to corporates. They are retail investors who trade government securities on stock exchanges. They are government departments responsible for issuing securities. They are entities registered with RBI that buy government securities directly from RBI and resell them to create a market. So right answer is option number D. Question number 21st is, consider the following statement regarding merchant banking in India. Statements are: merchant bankers are primarily regulated by SEBI. They can engage in accepting deposits from the general public. Their services are largely fee based rather than fund based. Merchant banking focuses on management oriented services. Options are first, third, and fourth only, first and second only third and two, second, third, and fourth only. So right answer is option number A here. That is first, third, and fourth. Question number 22. Consider the following statement about SEBI regulation on merchant banking. Merchant banks must appoint a compliance officer. They must submit half-yearly unaudited financial results to SEBI. They are allowed to engage in non-securities businesses freely. SEBI can inspect their records to ensure compliance. Options are first, second, and third, first, second, and fourth, second and third, or first, second, third, and fourth. That is all of the above. So right answer is option number B. Question number 23rd, consider the following statements about category 1 merchant banks. So statements are: they can act as issue managers and undertake all activities related to issue management. They can serve as underwriters, consultants, and portfolio managers. Their minimum net worth must be rupees 5 crore. They are permitted to manage only government securities issues. Options are first and third only, first, third, and fourth only, second and fourth only, or first, second, and third only. So right answer is option number D. Question number 24th, consider the following about derivatives. So statements are: they derive their value from an underlying assets. They are used for both hedging and speculation. The underlying can include commodities, currencies, and financial instruments. Derivatives are independent assets with intrinsic value. So options are first, second, and third, first, second, and fourth, only third and fourth, or second and third only. So right answer is option number A, that is first, second, and third. Question number 25th, consider the following statement regarding exchange traded and over the counter derivatives. Statements are: exchange traded contracts are standardized and traded through exchanges. OTC contracts are customized and privately negotiated. OTC markets have higher regulation than exchanges. Exchange traded contracts have clearing house guarantees. Options are second and fourth only, second and third only, first and third only, or first, second, and fourth only. So right answer is option number D, that is first, second, and fourth only. Question number 26, consider the following regarding participants in the derivative market. Statements are: hedgers use derivatives to reduce risk. Speculators use derivatives for profit by betting on price movements. Arbitrageurs exploit price differences in different markets, and only hedgers can participate legally in Indian derivative market. Options are second and third, only first and third, first, second, and third, or second, third, and fourth. So right answer is option number C, that is first, second, and third. Question number 27th is: consider the following statements about options contracts. Statement number first is: a call option gives the right to sell an asset while a put option gives the right to buy. Statement number second is: the buyer of an option has a right, not an obligation. Statement number third: the seller of an option has an obligation. And statement number fourth is: the strike price is predetermined and fixed at the time of the contract. So options are second and third only, second, third, and fourth only, second and fourth only, or first, second, and third only. Guys, you have to participate with me in the session so that you can gain the confidence. You would be able to revise the things. You would be able to practice the things. So I would request you kindly participate in the session. Right answer for this question is option number B. That is second, third, and fourth. Question number 28. Consider the following statements about factoring. So statements are: factoring is a method of financing against accounts receivables. The factor collects payment on behalf of the seller. In India, non-recourse factoring is permitted, and factoring improves liquidity for businesses. So options are first, second, and fourth only, on second and third only, first and third only, or first, third, and fourth only. So right answer is option number A, that is first, second, and fourth only. Question number 29th is: consider the following regarding forfeiting. So statements are: it involves discounting export receivables on a without recourse basis. It is used for short-term trade finance. The forfeitor bears the full risk of non-payment by the importer. It helps exporters maintain liquidity and avoid credit risk. Options are second, third, and fourth only, first and second only, first, third, and fourth only, or first, second, third, and fourth. So right answer is option number C, that is first, third, and fourth. Question number 30th is: consider the following about trade receivables discounting system, that is TRADS. Statements are: it is a digital platform for financing MSME receivables. Transactions are carried out on a without recourse basis. RBI introduced TRADS in 2014, and TRADS assumes credit risk of the transactions it facilitates. Options are first, second, and third only, first and fourth only, second and fourth only, or all of the above. So right answer is option number A, that is first, second, and third. Question number 31 is: which of the following option is the one which can be exercised by the buyer on or before the expiration date? That is any time between the day of purchase of the option and the day of its expiry. European option, American option, Canadian option, or Indian option. So right answer is option number B, that is American option. Question number 32 is: which category of merchant bank can act only as an advisor or consultant? So options are category second merchant bank, category third merchant bank, category fourth merchant bank, or category first merchant bank. So right answer is option number C, that is category 4 merchant bank. Question number 33: which of the following is not an example of an underlying asset for derivatives? Statements options are stock index, gold, fixed deposit receipt, or government bond. So right answer is option number C, that is fixed deposit receipts. Question number 34th is: which of the following is an exchange traded derivative example? Options are forward contract, futures contract, swaps, customized forward. So right answer is option number B, that is futures contract. Question number 35th is: which type of option can be exercised only on the expiry date? Options are American option, European option, call option, or put option. So right answer will be option number B, that is European option. Question number 36 is: in India, what percentage of invoice value is generally paid upfront by the factor in factoring arrangement? Options are 50-50%, 50-55%, 60-65%, 80-85%, or 90-95%. So right answer is option number C, that is 80-85%. Question number 37: which of the following is true about recourse factoring? Options are: the seller bears the default risk, the factor bears the risk of default, it is prohibited in India, or it applies only to export trade. So right answer will be option number A. Question number 38 is: what is the minimum paid up capital requirement required to establish a trades platform? 5 crore, 10 crore, 35 crore, or 25 crore. So minimum paid up capital required is 25 crore to establish trades platform. Question number 39: who regulates the operation and licensing of trades platforms in India? Options are SEBI, Ministry of MSME, RBI, or SIDBI. So right answer is option number C, that is RBI. Question number 40th is: the filling the blanks of an option is the specified predetermined price of the underlying asset at which the same can be bought or sold if the option buyer exercises his right to buy sell on or before the expiration day. Options are strike price, coupon price, selling price, stock price. So right answer is option number A, that is strike price. Question number 41st: consider the following statements regarding venture capital. So statements are venture capital refers to risk bearing capital invested in new and innovative businesses. Statement number second is it is suitable for firms with a proven performance track record. Statement number third is venture capitalists become financial partners in the business. And statement number fourth is it is generally high risk and high return financing. Options are first, third, and fourth. First, second, and third, only second and third, and first and fourth. So right answer is option number A, that is first, third, and fourth only. Question number 42. Consider the following about the stages of venture capital financing. Statements are the seed capital stage focuses on product development and lab testing. Statement number second is the startup stage involves commercial production. Statement number third is second round financing occurs when the business has not yet become profitable. And statement number fourth is expansion finance is provided during the seed stage. Options are second and third only, second and fourth only, first, third, and fourth only, or first, second, and third only. So right answer is option number D, that is first, second, and third only. Question number 43rd is consider the following statements about later stage venture capital financing. Statements are expansion finance supports capacity addition or acquisitions. Replacement finance involves buying shares of existing shareholders. Buyout deals involve purchase of assets by new entrepreneurs. Turnaround finance helps revive loss-making companies. Options are first, second, and third only, second, third, and fourth only, first, second, and fourth only, or all of the above. So right answer is option number C, that is first, second, and fourth only. Question number 44th is there are several alternatives by which the provider of venture capital finance can exit from an investing company. Which of the following is not one of the exit routes? Right, we have to tell the statement that which of the following is not one of the exit routes for the venture capital finance. So options are initial public offering, buyback of shares by the promoters, sale of enterprise to another company, further public offering. So right answer is option number D here, that is further public offering. Question number 45th is consider the following about leasing. Statements are leasing allows the lessee to use an asset without owning it. Finance lease usually covers most of the economic life of the assets. Operating lease involves short-term use and multiple lessees. And statement number fourth is in an operating lease the lessee maintains and insures the asset. So options are first, second, and third only, first and second only, second, third, and fourth only, first, second, third, and fourth. So right answer is option number A, that is first, second, and third only. Question number 46 is consider the following statements about hire purchase. Statements are the hire purchase agreement is a contract of sale. The hirer can return the goods before completing payment. Ownership of the asset transfers to the hirer after full payment of installments. It is governed by the Hire Purchase Act 1972. Options are first, second, and fourth, second, third, and fourth, only second and third, and first and second only. So right answer is option number B. Question number 47th is consider the following regarding parties to a hire purchase contract. Statements are the hire purchase vendor is the owner of the asset. The hirer pays installment and gains ownership immediately. The hire vendor must ensure goods are true to the description. Statement number fourth is the hirer must take due care of the asset. So options are first, third, and fourth only, first and third only, second, third, and fourth only, or second and fourth only. So right answer is option number A here, that is first, third, and fourth only. Question number 48 is consider the following about the credit rating. So statements are it assesses the credit worthiness of an individual borrower. It provides a symbol based grade like triple A, triple B. It helps investor evaluate risk, and credit rating is mandatory for all companies. So statements are second, third, and fourth only, first, second, and third only, only first and fourth, or second and third only. So right answer will be option number B, that is first, second, and third only. Question number 49, consider the following statements about benefits of credit rating. So statements are it helps investors assess investment risk easily. Highly rated firms can raise funds at lower interest rates. It ensures complete elimination of default risk. It encourages financial discipline in companies. So options are first, second, and third, first, second, and fourth, only second and fourth, and all of the above. So right answer is option number B, that is first, second, and fourth. Question number 50th is consider the following about mutual funds in India. Yeah, statements are they pool public savings and invest according to a declared objective. Mutual funds operate as trust with sponsors, trustees, and AMCs. SEBI regulates all mutual funds irrespective of the ownership, and only public sector mutual funds are subject to SEBI regulations. Options are first, second, and third only, second, third, and fourth only, first and fourth only, or all of the above. So right answer is option number A. Question number 51st is the minimum investment that a venture capital fund can accept from an investor other than an employees or director is 2 lakh, 5 lakh, 10 lakh or 25 lakh. Right answer is option number B, that is 5 lakh. Question number 52nd is which form can a venture capital fund be set up as partnership firm, cooperative society, company or trust or LLP. So right answer is option number C, that is company or trust. Question number 53rd, the Hire Purchase Act in India was enacted in which of the following year? 1972, 1956, 1989 or 1991. So right answer is option number A, that is 1972. Question number 54th is, in a finance lease, who is responsible for maintenance and insurance of the asset? Lessor, lessee, custodian, sponsor. So right answer is option number B, that is lessee. Question number 55th, which of the following is not a credit rating agency registered in India? CRISIL, Care Ratings, Moody's India, Brickwork Ratings. So right option is option number C here. Question number 56, the process through which a mutual fund scheme launches a new mutual fund is called a new fund offer, new funding offer, new mutual fund offer. Right answer is option number A, that is new fund offer. Question number 57th, filling the blanks is a mode of investment in mutual funds by which individuals invest small amounts at a regular intervals in the mutual funds. Options are systematic transfer plan, systematic withdrawal plan, systematic investment plan, and systematic trading plan. So right answer is option number C, that is systematic investment plan, SIP. Question number 58, what is the minimum subscription amount required for a debt oriented mutual fund schemes at the time of a new fund offer? 5 crore, 10 crore, 15 crore, 20 crore. So right answer is option number D, that is 20 crore. Question number 59th is, which organization was set up in 1995 to promote ethical standards in Indian mutual fund industry? FIMMDA, AMFI, CRISIL or NABARD? So right answer is option number B, that is AMFI. Question number 60th is, what does the expense ratio of a mutual fund represent? Options are investors annual return percentage, funds annual operating expenses as percentage of assets, then asset purchase fee and tax deducted at source. So right answer is option number B, that is funds annual operating expenses as a percentage of assets. Which of the following correctly describes the capital market? Options are, it deals only with short-term funds and money market instruments. It is meant exclusively for trading in foreign exchange. It provides only debt capital to government entities. It is a market for long-term debt and equity where funds are issued and traded, including both primary and secondary markets. So right answer is option number D here. Question number 62, which of the following statements best describes the primary market? Options are, it is a market where investors trade existing securities. It is meant only for interbank lending and borrowing. It is a market where new securities are offered to the public for the first time to raise capital, and it deals exclusively in government securities. So right answer is option number C. Question number 63rd, which of the following correctly identifies the role of bank in the primary market? So options are, banks act as a bankers to the issue arrangers and underwriters. Banks only provide loans to investors to buy new shares. Banks only act as a credit rating agencies for the issue, or banks cannot participate in the primary market in any capacity. So right answer is option number A. Question number 64th is, what does the secondary market primarily deal with? Options are trading of securities that were previously issued in the primary market, issuance of new securities by companies to raise fresh capital, sale of government securities only, trading of commodities and derivatives exclusively. So right answer is option number A, that is trading of securities that were previously issued in the primary market. Question number 65th, which of the following statements correctly distinguishes between auction and dealer markets? So options are, auction markets are the over-the-counter markets while dealer markets are stock exchanges. Option number B is, stock exchanges are examples of auction markets while over-the-counter markets are dealer markets. Both auction and dealer markets are forms of primary markets, and auction markets are controlled by SEBI, but dealer markets are not. So which statement is correct? Option number B, that is stock exchanges are example of auction markets while over-the-counter markets are dealer markets. Question number 66 is, which of the following is a key function of the secondary market for general investors? Options are, controlling inflation and interest rates, issuing new shares to raise capital, regulating the banking system, providing a platform for trading securities and facilitating price discovery. So right answer is option number D, that is providing a platform for trading securities and facilitating price discovery. Question number 67th is, what does demutualization of a stock exchange mean? Options are when all trading activities of the exchange are suspended temporarily, when the ownership, management, and trading rights of the exchange are separated from one another, when a stock exchange merges with another to expand its market base, when the government takes over the management of the stock exchange. So, what does demutualization mean? So, right answer is option number B, that is when the ownership, management, and trading rights of the exchange are separated from one another. Question number 68 is, who among the following is affiliated to a member of a recognized stock exchange and registered with SEBI? Broker, sub-broker, jobber, or market maker? So right answer is option number B, that is sub-broker. Question number 69th, which of the following statements is true regarding the promoters of NSDL and CDSL? So both NSDL and CDSL were promoted by the Reserve Bank of India. NSDL was promoted by BSE while CDSL was promoted by NSE. NSDL was promoted by IDBI, UTI, and NSE, while CDSL was promoted by BSE jointly with leading banks. Both were promoted by SEBI as an independent entities. Right answer is option number C. That is, NSDL was promoted by IDBI, UTI, and NSE, while CDSL was promoted by Bombay Stock Exchange jointly with leading banks. Question number 70th is, which of the following correctly differentiates dematerialized accounts number of CDSL and NSDL? So options are, both have 14 numeric digits. CDSL accounts have IN followed by 14 digits while NSDL has 16 numeric digits. CDSL accounts have 14 numeric digits while NSDL has 16 alphanumeric digits. CDSL accounts have 16 numeric digits while NSDL accounts begin with IN followed by 14 numeric digits. So right answer is option number D, that is CDSL accounts have 16 numeric digits while NSDL accounts begin with IN followed by 14 numeric digits. Question number 71st is, which of the following statement correctly defines an equity share? Options are, it is a debt instrument representing a loan made by an investor to a company. It represents fractional ownership in a company where shareholders undertake entrepreneurial risk and have voting rights. It is a preference shares with fixed dividend rights but no voting rights. It is a type of bond issued by a public sector undertaking. So right answer is option number B here, that is it represents fractional ownership in a company while shareholders undertake entrepreneurial risk and have voting rights. Question number 72 here, what are bonus shares? Options are shares issued free of cost to existing shareholders by capitalizing accumulated reserves or share premium. Option number B, shares issued to new investors at a discounted price to raise fresh capital. Shares offered to promoters of a company as a part of a founder's compensation. Shares issued to preference shareholders for fixed dividend payment. So right answer is option number A, that is shares issued free of cost to existing shareholders by capitalizing accumulated reserves or share premium. Question number 73rd, which of the following statement about preference shares is true? Options are, preference shareholders have equal voting right as equity shareholders. Preference shareholders are paid dividends only after equity shareholders. Preference shareholders claim rank above those of creditors and debentures holders during liquidation. Preference shareholders receive fixed dividend and have priority over equity shareholders in dividend and liquidation payment. So right answer is option number D only. That is this one, preference shareholders receive fixed dividend and have priority over equity shareholders in dividend and liquidation payment. Question number 74th, what is a cumulative preference share? So options are, a preference share on which unpaid dividends accumulate and must be paid before any dividend is paid to equity shareholders. A preference share that provides voting rights in special circumstances. A preference share that offers variable dividend rates based on profits. A preference share that is automatically redeemed after 20 years. So right answer is option number A, that is a preference share on which unpaid dividends accumulate and must be paid before any dividend is paid to equity shareholders. Question number 75, what happens to the investor's application when application money when applying through ASBA facility, that is application supported by blocked amount? Options are, the money is immediately debited from the investor's bank account on application submission. The money remains blocked in the investor's account and is debited only if shares are allotted. or the issue fails withdraws. The money is transferred to the company's account before the allotment process begins. The money is refunded by the bank after 15 days of application irrespective of allotment. So right answer is option number B, that is the money remains blocked in the investor's account and is debited only if shares are allotted or the issue fails withdraws. So right answer is option number B here. Question number 76 is, which of the following currencies was not included in the LIBOR benchmark rate calculation? Options are US dollar, British pound, Indian rupee and Japanese yen. So right answer is option number C, that is Indian rupee was not included in the LIBOR benchmark rate calculation. Question number 77 is, why was LIBOR replaced as a global financial benchmark? Options are because it became outdated due to digital currency systems, because of manipulation and irregularities in rate submissions by banks leading to loss of credibility, because the International Monetary Fund withdrew support to LIBOR, and because central banks wanted to unify all global interest rates under one standard. So right answer is option number B, that is because of manipulation and irregularities in rate submission by banks leading to loss of credibility. Question number 78, which of the following statements about India's foreign exchange laws is correct? Options are, the Foreign Exchange Management Act FEMA 1999 replaced the Foreign Exchange Regulation Act 1973 with effect from 1st June 2000, shifting the focus from regulation to management of foreign exchange. The Foreign Exchange Regulation Act 1973 replaced FEMA 1999 to impose stricter control on foreign investments. The Defense of India Act 1939 introduced FEMA on a permanent basis. The Tarapur Committee recommended abolishing all foreign exchange legislation in India. So right answer is option number A, that is the FEMA replaced the FERA with effect from 1st June 2000, shifting the focus from regulation to management of foreign exchange. Question number 79, which of the following correctly describes an international depository receipt, IDR? Options are, it is a domestic financial instrument representing shares of Indian companies traded only in India. It allows investors to hold shares in the equity of foreign companies, providing global investment opportunities. It is a loan instrument issued by international banks to Indian companies. It represents government securities issued by foreign central banks. So right answer is option number B, that is it allows investors to hold shares in the equity of foreign companies, providing global investment opportunities. Question number 80th, which of the following statement about GDR, Global Depository Receipts, is true? Options are, GDRs are issued only in the US and denominated in US dollars. GDRs can only be traded in Asian stock exchanges. GDRs are issued by US banks and traded exclusively on NASDAQ. GDRs are generally listed on European stock exchanges like the London Stock Exchange and may be denominated in the US dollars, euros or other European currencies. So right answer is option number D. Question number 81, the principle of utmost good faith requires the insured to, options are, voluntarily disclose all material facts accurately and completely whether requested or not, reveal facts only when they specifically asked by insurer, disclose information after the policy is issued, or keep certain material facts confidential. So option is option number A, that is the voluntarily disclose all material facts accurately and completely whether requested or not. Question number 82, according to the principle of insurable interest, insurance can be taken only when the person wants to protect any property, there exists a financial or legal relationship between the insured and the subject matter, the person feels emotionally attached to the property, or the insured owns multiple insurance policies. So right answer is option number B, that is there exists a financial or legal relationship between the insured and the subject matter. Question number 83, under the principle of indemnity, the purpose of insurance is to, options are, provide profit to the insured after loss, compensate the insured double the amount of loss, cover emotional loss, or restore the insured to the same financial position as before the loss. So right answer is option number D. Question number 84th is, the principle of subrogation gives the insurer the right to pay double compensation to the insured. Options are, that is pay double compensation to the insured, then avoid compensating the insured for any financial loss, for any loss, transfer the ownership of the insured property, or step onto the shoes of the insured to recover loss from the third party responsible for the damage. So right answer is option number D. Question number 85th is the principle of contribution ensures that one insurer pays the entire compensation. The insured gets more than actual loss amount. The claim amount is fairly shared among all insurers covering the same risk. The insurer can cancel the policy at any time. So right answer is option number C. That is the claim amount is fairly shared among all insurers covering the same risk. Question number 86, according to the principle of proximate cause, the latest event causing damage is always considered. The direct, dominant, and most effective cause of loss is considered. Any direct reason for loss is taken into account, or the insured can decide which cause to report. So right answer is option number B. That is the direct, dominant, and most effective cause of loss is considered. Question number 87th. Bank assurance refers to which of the following concepts? Options are selling of insurance products through banks by utilizing the strength of both bank and insurer, selling of insurance products only through government agencies, distribution of insurance products exclusively by insurance agents, sale of banking services through insurance companies. So right answer is option number A, that is selling of insurance products through banks by utilizing the strength of both banks and insurer. Question number 88, which of the following statement about the employees provident fund organization is correct? So options are, it is a statutory body under the Ministry of Labor, Government of India, responsible for regulation and management of provident funds. It is managed by the Reserve Bank of India and covers only public sector employees. It was established in 1965 under the Pension Regulation Act. It operates only for self-employed individuals. Right answer is option number A. That is, it is a statutory body under the Ministry of Labor, Government of India, responsible for regulation and management of provident funds. Question number 89th is, under the EPF scheme, what percentage of the employer's contribution is allocated to the employee's pension scheme? Options are 12%, 3.67%, 6%, or 8.33%. So right answer is option number D, that is 8.33%. Question number 90th is, which of the following statements about the public provident fund is correct? Options are, the lock-in period of PPF is 10 years and cannot be extended. The lock-in period of PPF is 15 years and can be extended for another 5 years. Accounts can be opened only by NRIs. PPF allows multiple accounts per investor. So right answer is option number B, that is lock-in period of PPF is 15 years and can be extended for another 5 years. Question number 91st is, under the Public Provident Fund scheme, which of the following statement is true? Options are, returns from PPF are taxable under the Income Tax Act. Statement number second is, HUF, that is Hindu undivided families, are eligible to open PPF accounts. Investments up to rupees 1,50,000 qualify for tax deduction under section 80C and returns are tax free. And the interest on PPF is compounded and monthly. So which of the following is correct? Right answer is option number C, that is investments up to rupees 1,50,000 qualify for tax deduction under section 80C and returns are tax free. Question number 92nd is, which of the following statements about the National Pension Scheme is correct? Options are, the NPS is open to all Indian citizens on a voluntary basis except employees of the armed forces. The NPS provides only a fixed pension amount decided by the government. The NPS is managed by the Employees Provident Fund organization, and withdrawals are fully restricted until the age of 75. So right answer is option number A. That is, the NPS is open to all Indian citizens on a voluntary basis except employees of the armed forces. Question number 93rd is, under the National Pension Scheme, which of the following is true? Options are, Tier 2 account is mandatory for all NPS subscribers. Tier 1 account offers full liquidity and unrestricted withdrawals. Tier 2 account can exist without a Tier 1 account, and Tier 1 account is the main pension account with restricted withdrawals, while Tier 2 is a voluntary and offers liquidity. So right answer is option number D, that is Tier 1 account is the main pension account with restricted withdrawals, while Tier 2 is voluntary and offers liquidity. Question number 94th is, which of the following statements regarding the Atal Pension Yojana is correct? Options are, the scheme is designed mainly for employees in the organized corporate sector. The Atal Pension Yojana focuses on providing a guaranteed pension to workers in the unorganized sector. Pension under Atal Pension Yojana starts at the age of 50, and only government employee are eligible to apply for Atal Pension Yojana. So right answer is option number B. That is Atal Pension Yojana focuses on providing guaranteed pension to workers in the unorganized sector. Question number 95th is under the Atal Pension Yojana, which of the following is true? Options are any person above 50 years can subscribe to the scheme. The scheme is available only for Indian residents, not NRIs. The subscriber must be between 18 to 40 years of age and have a savings bank or post office account. Pension benefits starts immediately after enrollment. Right answer is option number C. That is subscriber must be between 18 to 40 years of age and having a saving bank or post office account. Question number 96. Which of the following statement about infrastructure investment trust InvITs is correct? So options are InvITs are trust-based financial instruments that allow investors to participate in infrastructure financing and earns return from predictable cash flows and dividends. InvITs are government-run funds that invest only in rural infrastructure. InvITs were introduced in India under the Companies Act 1956, and InvITs can only be formed by banks and financial institutions. So right answer is option number B. Option number A, that is InvITs are trust-based financial instruments that allow investors to participate in the infrastructure financing and earn returns from predictable cash flows and dividends. Question number 97th is under the SEBI Infrastructure Investment Trust Regulation, InvITs can be divided into two categories from the viewpoint of the source of funds. Which of the following correctly identifies these two types? Domestic InvITs and foreign InvITs, public InvITs and government InvITs, corporate InvITs and institutional InvITs, or public listed InvITs and privately held InvITs. So right answer is option number D. That is public listed InvITs and privately held InvITs. Question number 98. Which of the following statements best describes para-banking activities? Options are activities that involve only accepting deposits and granting loans, activities performed by banks other than their regular banking functions such as deposits and withdrawals, activities related only to agricultural lending and rural financing, activities restricted to government sponsored schemes only. So which of the following statement is correct? Right answer is option number B. That is activities performed by banks other than their regular banking functions such as deposits and withdrawals are considered as para-banking activities. Question number 99. Which of the following is not typically classified as a para-banking or financial service activity? Options are mutual fund business, insurance business, accepting saving deposits from customers, and portfolio management services. So right answer is option number C. Accepting saving deposit from customer is a regular function of the banking and not the para banking or financial service activity. Last question of the session, guys. That is, according to RBI guidelines, banks can undertake insurance business with risk participation only under which of the following conditions? Options are only when their net worth is less than 500 crores, only through a direct partnership with insurance agents, only after approval from the Ministry of Finance, only through a subsidiary joint venture subject to criteria like net worth, NPA level, profit record, and satisfactory subsidiary performance. So right answer is option number D only. Right? So guys, these all are the 400 questions that we have discussed across all the modules of IE and IFS component module A, B, C, and D. So we have discussed total 400 questions in this session, and I hope you enjoyed the discussion. And I hope you revise the things. आपने practice भी किया, आपने revise भी कर लिया है. So this is all about IE and IFS, guys, for November 2025 examination. Tomorrow is your examination, so we wish you all the very best फॉर योर एग्जामिनेशन. एंड गाइज, अगर आपको कोई भी इशू होता है, यू कैन डायरेक्टली रीच आउट टू मी. आप यहाँ पर मेरा टेलीग्राम ग्रुप ज्वाइन कर लीजिए. इसके थ्रू आप मुझसे रीच आउट कर सकते हैं. जो भी क्वेरीज, जो भी कंसर्न्स हैं, यू कैन डायरेक्टली लेट मी नो ओवर माय टेलीग्राम ग्रुप. एंड फ्यूचर में कभी भी टेस्टबुक प्लेटफॉर्म पे कोई भी कोर्स आपको सब्सक्राइब करना हुआ, सो यूज द कोड प्रकाश थ्रू विच यू विल बी गेटिंग द मैक्सिमम डिस्काउंट. सो दिस इज ऑल गाइज. विश यू ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट. बाय बाय, गुड नाइट, टेक केयर. आपके एग्जाम के लिए